on my nose.
Okay.
Are you pointing at yourself?
What
No,
area?
that's like not it, you know?
No.
That's pretty quirky.
Like last person to put their finger on their nose is it.
I'll do it.
Slash me puts Leroy's finger on my nose.
Okay, I see. Leroy did before, and I see no one's wanting to, so I'll just.
I actually did
I
recap
would've
Boone, so
done
he
it.
could recap.
I would have done it, but I knew everyone was trying, so I won't.
Okay. I'll do a very quick recap, as there's not too much to recap. Last week, you guys had followed the dire wolf off into the woods, taking a couple cows with you. You'd seen some signs that there was another creature in front of it with the help of Kira. Eventually, you get far enough up where you find to your left, with the help of Kira, again, using a, what is it, summon creatures? Conjure creatures? Something like that?
Conjure
To send a
creatures.
couple small...
Conjure animals.
Yeah, to send a couple small jackals, questionably, off to check if there's any wolves, figuring out that the field to the left was full of wolves. Arguing for a little bit, or debating if you guys should handle that first, you ultimately decided to use the 2 cows Idramore had brought along as bait, throwing them into the field where they were basically devoured. As you went up to the right, where there was a, what you found out to be a renovated cathedral. Going inside, well, before you went outside, you did some scouting, figuring out the wolf was there. There was a stone statue, and after a long while of debating what to do and trying to figure out what was going on, you realized the wolf's tail that was really long and going straight up into the dark rafters was actually connected to a basilisk. And so, trying to get the surprise on it, you attacked through the windows, sending your failures to the door, which actually, honestly, probably worked pretty well for you, though. Not to quote Hawkins, why did you suggest we stay outside the windows if you're not going to move away from the windows? Whenever you guys are being blasted by the basilisk. So, very interesting choice there. But ultimately it worked, as you just went inside to be surprised by a very strange, otherworldly, crystal-like creature that was naturally translucent. And unfortunately, all of you had used all your bedrolls and various supplies to set up camp for your young ones. So you didn't really have a way to cover it or paint it or do anything to properly see it. And after a long struggle of it seemingly teleporting around you and out of nowhere stabbing people in the back, eventually it was spotted as Hawkins tried to cast light on it, but missed, only to be slaughtered that second, and his blood splattered all over the creature, revealing it, which then it was pretty quickly handled. From the creature, you got a very weird item that was identified by Hawkins called a Shatter Shard, as well as you finally found the satchel, Tornad's satchel, from off of Drew, who you believe to be Captain Drew Tornad, or Dretz Tornad, who you currently have with you. I believe, Idramore, you brought the statue, right?
Yeah, I got it like his little backpack.
Yeah, I thought you brought it. So you currently have that. Otherwise, you left, realizing that horde of wolves outside had suddenly gone missing for some reason, having a bad feeling that they were going towards camp, which you realized to be true following the tracks. You rushed as fast as you could, but you arrived to find a pile of dismembered corpses of both the sturges and the starving wolves, sliced in ways that made it hard to actually realize how many there were, but there were a lot. At first you thought it was Valen who did this, but as Fauna was about to tell you who it was, walking out from the corner was one Jackal Eyes, saying, "It's me." And unless any of you have questions or things to bring up, I suppose we can get started. As Jackal Eyes kind of just sways back and forth, leaning on... right now, what you see... Actually, I can grab... Let me open up my notes and tell you what it looks like right now.
Oh, well, I was hoping you didn't get locked away in that burned building. Glad to see you're okay.
He's just afraid to use Wes.
Oh, no, I just saw him in that hotel motel place that we were in. I was hoping he didn't get caught up in the fire.
I don't need
Wait,
to worry.
wait a minute. He's also that guy that gave me that orb thingy, or the message.
Yeah.
You see, he kind of walks back and forth a little bit, kind of swaying on this long polearm he has. You see, he's kind of wearing the same attire. This man, kind of lanky, definitely taller than most of you. He's kind of wearing this white poncho with these two large red sleeves that kind of flow behind him. You see on his back that he's using kind of to prop himself is that very heavy-looking glaive. And you do see those once again those two horns that kind of emerge from his head, and that very typical cloth over his face that's stained red and white. And every time the wind kind of blows, you always feel like you're about to see his eyes, but you never do. You told them to take care of the jackal, didn't you?
Well, yeah, that's why it's right there. And alive. We fed it, I think.
Good.
Oh, we also gave it a name. What was its name, Kira?
The Baron. As I'm reaching over to grab a rocket that's in my pouch.
They named it the Baron. It's kind of a cool name. It seemed to like it.
You see his face kind of twitches, like his mouth twitches a little bit whenever you've given it a name, but he doesn't seem to
In
say
like a
anything on the
smile
matter.
or a frown?
No, kind of like definitely not a smile. It doesn't really go to a frown, but it looks like it was kind of like kind of the wobble mouth, where it's like, yeah, kind of like something similar to that.
He's so cool.
Like that?
You got it.
How could we help you, Mr. Jackal Eyes?
You got the
How'd you
crystal,
say
didn't you?
Yeah,
You listened to it.
yeah.
What do you think of it?
Quite worried.
You see, he just kind of nods. He kind of puts his hand on his chin.
Quite concerned. I'm sure you could understand why.
I just happened to be around. And I have this curiosity, you see. So I figured I'd stop by. That's why I'm here. I've been trying to understand if you are ignorant with bravery or heartless fools. It's impossible to tell, so I came to ask. Which are you? Ignorant with bravery or heartless fools? He kind of leans forward. He steps forward as well. Swaying. He's not really moving. He's just kind of swaying around very loosely.
I don't understand.
Are you asking me too? Like, am I part of, like, I know you got, you know, a connection with these folk. I don't really know you, so I don't know if you want my answer.
It's more directed to them, thank you. You don't understand,
Oh,
of course
okay.
you don't.
I'll look over here.
I ask because your actions don't make sense to me. From my point of view, I've had the power to be a god to you this entire time. I am absolute. Yet, you all show no urgency. I've tried to coerce you into taking action. I've blown you up twice. Got you to ruin innocent lives, plotted people against you, and have warned you good-for-nothing rats several times. Yet, you are so ungrateful. You could at least be more eager to get me killed, but you don't show any speed in killing or helping me. It infuriates me. You are mocking me.
I don't think so. I don't think we're doing that.
Do you say that, Leroy?
No. I don't know what I don't know what I would say.
I don't pity your friends. He points his glaive at all the innocents that were here at the tree. I don't pity them because they're weak. I save them to make a point. In all moments, I hold your lives in my hand, but I choose not to take them. Even now, I could kill everyone here. That is my authority.
Can I insight when he says everyone? If he really means everyone?
Yeah, do an insight. You
Because with the knowledge
Yeah.
I have, he can't kill everyone.
Oh, it just means like if he he has the strength to.
Even if he has the strength,
the,
he can't because he's not out. I don't think.
you know literally he does have the strength probably to do so. He might. I mean, he has the confidence at least it seems. You know that he isn't supposed to. You know with your knowledge that he, from what he's even said in the crystal not long ago, whoever's his boss wants to keep you alive, so he's not allowed to directly kill you. That's as far as you know. That's what the information you have concerned from hearing his messages.
I'm pretty sure that message only said like you, Kira, and Damu. Like I feel like it
It
doesn't
might not
apply to
even be
everyone
Damu
else.
because Damu wasn't involved in the explosion.
don't know
just
it,
me
yeah.
and Kira.
You have no idea. You've had no chance. You guys have never actually really. You only talked to Jackal once before, and he shot you in the chest, and that was during the during the Night Lord fight because you were being insolent towards him.
Maybe we should get more answers.
You
We're
guys
so
are free to
busy
ask
trying to get
questions,
answers, though.
but
So I don't mean to chime in as like a third party or nothing, but like, what's all this ordeal about? Like what'd they do to you or what'd you do to them?
hmm.
You can see as I'm kind of sitting like on the floor, crisscross applesauce.
I didn't really tell him. Yeah.
There was a business deal that I was part of. Happened to involve these folk. They messed up the deal, which pissed me off. So of course I came back to threaten them somewhat. But lo and behold, they blew themselves up with a trap meant for that deal. It caused a whole ordeal. I show up. I fight. And then your boss, he kind of looks towards you, Hawkins, and you, Kira, and even you, Tommy. He kind of looks in your direction. And your boss, Kronos, ashamed, spits on the ground, decided to take my
Kronos?
eye.
I thought he was dead.
Turns out they're not. Turns out your friends here aren't telling you much either.
So you're telling me my friends here had a deal with you and blew themselves up?
Not with me. They were just part of a deal between me and someone else. They didn't know. They were just a bunch of rats who got... They were just a bunch of rats who ruined my perfect plan. I'm sure you heard it in that crystal. Unless you weren't listening. You would not listen,
Well,
would you?
I mean, you know, I wasn't like full listening because it's not like it was my business, you know. Like I keep my beak where it needs to be, not where it shouldn't be.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
To answer your question earlier, I think it's probably pretty obvious that we're pretty much kept in the dark on everything that's going on. If we wanted to help you, we don't know how to help you. We don't know how to get your eye back. If we wanted to kill you, we don't know how to kill you. We don't even know
You
how to
took
fight
his
you.
eye, Hawkins? What the hell?
No, it wasn't us.
You've really gone downhill since last I've seen you.
Shut.
Oh, Hawkins, you can't tell me you know nothing. I'm sure you hear things. Things are said. I don't want
Scraps.
answers right now. I don't need... Also, I don't need pure answers. I need proof that you're valuable. You see, the way I see it's this. When I first threatened you and showed you my power, to scare you, to coerce you, into taking the right choice, you didn't have much of a choice, did you? You had those collars on you. I know you had to follow your master like a dog. But if I remember right, the last warning you got was that innocent human family that was keeping your stuff. That you lot accidentally got killed because you... Well, because you were in my line of sight. I know that was a warning. Blew you up again, and I know I left you an address. But instead of being afraid of what I might do
Yeah,
next, instead of
We're
being
on our way to
worried,
that address.
where'd you come from?
We came from the marshes.
So why are you going the opposite way of that address?
We're
Josta
going to Port
is
Crevice.
not in Port Crevice. Josta's in the south.
I'm not from here.
Do do a persuasion roll.
He gave me a fucking street name. Persuasion?
No.
Where is it? I'm gonna use my inspiration to give me advantage.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
That's fucked up.
Alright. You see he looks at you, and his eyes kind of twitch a little bit. You can't see his eyes, but you can see his face twitching, so you know like his eyes and his entire face is kind of twitching. And you know he is not happy. So you're telling me that of all of you here, and of how serious I've shown you this is, that you didn't for once stop to ask anyone, hey, do you know where 11 Jocelyn Road is? You didn't happen to think, oh, that could be anywhere in this nation. Why would you think that it must be in Port Crevice?
Because that was the last place where we saw you. Or at least I think we saw you. Or you
didn't
had any sort of contact with us. Through the trio. Or the quartet. Whatever their name is.
So if I happened to last see you in the middle of the forest, you would have been like, oh, it must be over here. And the last place I interacted with you was in Maplewood. Sending you that line address. Why didn't you think, oh, maybe this address is here in Maplewood? You didn't at my point,
I don't
right?
know.
You made an
I
assumption.
assumed it was there.
You know, assumptions only lead to suffering. That could be serious consequences.
So, sorry again. I don't, I keep chiming in. What is it you're like? What's the deal here for you? Like, what are you wanting for them? You want your eye?
I'd like my eye information. I can sense my eyes over here in the Festos. I'm sure there's something going on. I'm not stupid enough to run into it, though. The deal here is, he points his glaive at the three of them. They are partially responsible for the loss of my eye. If they wouldn't have ruined my perfect plan in the first place, I would have never had to go around cleaning up those people. They're not even that. Those scoundrels. I wouldn't have had to worry about chasing rats like these three. And I wouldn't have had to worry about getting involved with their distasteful master. And to be quite frank, Whenever a god comes before you, I can easily kill you however they want. And they tell you to do something. You do it.
Well, for me at least, I gotta take Vanna here over to the capital and get her back to her family. But after that, I don't mind helping you get your eye back.
You see he kind of grins. His teeth are a little bit sharp. Really
You seem
humorous,
kind of
aren't you?
strong. I could use a strong friend.
I knew I liked you most. Don't worry, I don't need information this moment. This is my last warning. If even this doesn't inspire you, then I realize nothing will. Don't test me anymore. You don't want to become my enemy. He looks towards the three of you. He's not really paying much attention to anyone else. So the three of you have been part of this group the longest. And he's finished off by saying, you do not want to become my enemy.
Are you aware of the story of the scorpion and the frog?
Enlighten me.
There's a scorpion that's trying to cross a river. And it's trying to use a frog to carry it across the river, but the frog has hesitated. So it thinks the scorpion's going to sting it. But the scorpion says it won't. So eventually the frog agrees, and it takes the scorpion across the river. But halfway down, the scorpion stings the frog and kills them both. Are you a frog or a scorpion?
I like what you're trying to say. But I'm neither. I'm the beast in the sky who flies down and takes them both as they start to drown. Because I am absolute. And I do not have to live by the laws of a scorpion or a frog. So what say you? You wish to become my enemy, or not? Knowing you, you must already think you are my enemy.
Wes, what are you doing?
Well, I was thirsty. I was offering Vanna here a cup of tea. Do you guys want any? Frit? Anyone parched? Don't mind me. Carry on.
See, Jackal Eyes points his long blade towards you, and the blade ends in front of you. I suspect you have another cup.
Oh, yeah. Would you like a cup?
Put it on the blade.
Got mighty fine balancing skills. I put a cup of tea on the blade.
He draws it back and holds it in one hand. Thank you. I was a little parched. I don't like having to speak up so much. It drains me.
I want
You're
you to
all
leave us
silent.
alone.
Sorry, I tried to speak over you. What was that?
I want you to leave us alone. I want to never be on your line of sight ever again.
That makes sense. But so far, it hasn't really felt that way. It's felt like I've been doing things and just yelling at the void. It's like you've been challenging me, but you aren't worthy of being my foe. You're just rats oblivious to everything. You're all more pitiful than intimidating. And quite frankly, your lives would have more meaning if I killed you here and now. I'm getting quite annoyed. I would like to be rid of you too. So consider
Do
it
we even know
mutual.
what he wants from us at all?
He wants his eye back.
He wants information at the very least.
Do we have any? I mean, oh, okay.
Wants help. There's plenty of ways you could offer things to him.
I don't know
wants
what
you-
the group
he
wants
wants
to do,
you-
though.
He's basically telling you you need to prove that you have value.
Do you guys even know where his eye is?
We can be
I don't.
a bridge of communication. If you want, we can ask and say if he gets his eye back, that's one less enemy who's extremely powerful. It might just be the Jurassic thing to do, you know.
You really are those ignorant rats. You don't understand a thing. All of this is above your head. Even if you do this for me, it just means I may stop chasing you personally. The real conflict is between your master and the person I have a contract with. I suggest if you don't want to have to ever risk encountering me again, run away from that master while you can. Because neither of us get to choose who fights who.
And
Unless...
if we ran away, would you leave us?
He just smiles. He doesn't say anything to you.
Or would you sting us?
I'd do as I please.
He
And I'll
doesn't try to
always do as
make
I
us trust
please.
him at all, huh?
I don't need you to think that this is I don't need you to think that this is an equal deal. It's not. As I said to your friend, when a god asks you to do something, you do it. And I don't know what your definition of a god is, but to me, a god is anyone with enough strength to fully control my life, if they want it.
And if 3 different gods are telling me 3 different things,
I guess you have to choose which one
What
you'd like to
kills
be
us?
against more. I'd say this, either you choose the one that's most intimate, or immediate, I mean, or you choose the one that you like the most, and prepare yourself for the consequences. Though if you choose someone else right here, he kind of looks around. I think the consequences will be pretty grave. So I suggest you lie. And pretend to be on my side.
I guess we'll help you then.
2 weeks
Is that
from
what
this
you wanna hear?
point. He stopped speaking. 2 weeks from this point, at midnight, find me at that address I gave you. Kill me or help me. I don't care which you try. That choice will decide how I decide to view you from now on. Oh, and how miserable how miserable you're and those around you will become. For every minute you are late, I'll remove a finger from each of you. So 2 weeks from now at midnight, you best be there. Else you'll become miserable, and you'll start losing your fingers. So you best start deciding between now and then. Will you give me the information I want? Or will you bring forces to try and stop me? you best start preparing for the consequences. You see he kind of snaps his fingers. Bring me something to prove your value. Information, my eye, the head of someone you work with. Come to speak business, not to play games.
See you then.
You see he kind of looks around. How are each of you looking at him?
Hmm. I guess like disdain, but like I'm not trying to show it. Kind of the facial
I see.
expression.
I think
Interesting.
he's looking at him like he's tired. Like, this isn't the first time someone's spoken to us like this.
I see. Does Kira have any expression?
Besides just being on edge, it's just more of just like, oh, great. We're being threatened by a higher power again. What's new?
I assume Idramore is kind of indifferent.
I'm like trying to scale him up to see if this goes downhill, if I need to do something.
Do an insight check.
Okay.
Okay, Pookie.
I was like getting ready. Okay. Yeah, but I was like getting ready for like if he like starts to attack,
I see.
I'll fucking snatch him up.
You see he kind of turns around. I should kill everyone here now, as he's starting to walk away. You all have been nothing but painful. No, games really suck when only one side plays. Oh, how awful. Oh, how awfully I want to kill you. But you aren't worthy of staining my blades. You see he kind of turns around and stops. And you see that sly smile turns over his face again. And all of you realize he's kind of threatening you. But it is most definitely intimidating. Especially with the net scenes that come out of his mouth. As he kind of smiles and tilts his head. If each of you kill yourselves here, I'll let the kids go. How about it? As you see suddenly he lifts his lips and looks towards some of the younger children.
Jesus Christ!
Why would he say that?
Why is he looking at the children? I'm not doing anything.
You guys did nothing? Right away?
I'm doing nothing. I don't know about everybody.
Is this like an offer? He wants us to do this right now?
I could.
I mean, he just said this. He's not like
Wait, can you
necessarily offering.
repeat what he said? Like, what was the like offer he just made?
The lines he said was, I should kill everyone here now. You've been nothing but painful. Games
Why is
suck
he being so bipolar?
when only one side plays. Oh, how awfully I want to kill you. But you aren't worthy of staining my blades. He kind of stops and turns around and looks back, licking his lips and showing his sharp teeth. He's looking at the kids. If each of you, talking to you now, if each of you kill yourselves here, I'll let the kids go. How about it? As you see, he kind of like raises his.
So bipolar.
You see, like he kind of looks almost like he raises his blade. Like it almost looks like he's just complete, as he said, bipolar. Like he's just. It feels almost convincing that he's just said all this stuff previously just to fuck with you, and it doesn't care. He's about to just kill someone. That's what it feels like almost.
Can I
You
inside
killed
him?
my family in Maplewood. Do you think I'm bored?
You can insight. Obviously, he didn't warn you to confound me quicker. Not go off on some mission like this.
Well, you know, friend, I'm not, obviously I'm not really a part of this whole ordeal, but, I don't think the kids are all in this. I'm sure you could find some other way to, get back at them.
You're right. Any, miny, miny, mo. Catch a jackal. by his horn. If he hollers, he starts pointing at each of you 5. Let him scream, because his screaming will not make him bleed. As you see, when he finishes that scene, bleed, Kira, you see this long glaive come flying towards you. Just very quickly come flying towards you. Do you do anything to try and stop it?
Hey, there's this wonderful guy in front of me.
That's a good point.
I'm
Do you push him in
gonna.
front of you?
Oh,
I know Hawkins likes this guy, but I think reactively, yeah, I'm gonna grab him and try to like put him in between me and the blitz spear.
Okay, well, when you put it in front of him, you see the spear kind of just stops. And it's in his hand. He's far away, but he's pretty. He basically like jumped, and now he's like in front of you more or less. And the spear's there. He stops right in front of Valen's neck. I was just kidding. At the same time, you hear him say, "I was just kidding," and all of you understand that he was just messing around. You hear.
Blah.
You hear. As you see out from under your leads, Kira, a few couple of things fly out from under your leads. As you see them go into Jackalize's face, you don't understand what's happened right away, but what you see is you heard a bunch of barks from the ground. You see a few what looks like needles shoot through the air and pierces the cloth of Jackalize's on his face and pierces it to his skin. As you see these little dots of blood start forming where it's been pierced. You see he kind of like reaches up with one hand and touches whatever's pierced him. As you all you kind of look down to see what's happened, you hear him say, "Hey, hey, hey! You taught your little plant how to speak beast, but you didn't teach her any manners. What kind of joke is this?" You see as he starts pulling the first needle out, he drops on the ground. The second needle, he drops on the ground. You see Tiny Plant is trying to Tiny Plant looks like she's trying to guard you on the back of Jackal, Kira. You can tell very obviously she didn't understand that this was just a test, as she was the one who shot out these needles at him. He drops the third one on the ground. You know, you could have taken out my only good eye, right? Oh, that was close. Well, I like your audacity, little one. I respect you. You see his lips kind of tilt back up, back into a smile. Well, I respected you until you called me a mutt in my own tongue. Become fertilizer.
what the fuck? Shit yourself now.
All of you see he suddenly reaches under his poncho. No one understands what's happening besides you, Weston. You know, he kind of stances up, he reaches under his poncho, looking at Tiny Plant, and as he says, become fertilizer. You realize his stance is a quick draw stance. He must have a firearm on him. He's about to quick draw and shoot Tiny Plant. But only you recognize this because this is a stance you've taken before.
Holy shit, this is my moment.
What do we? What? Oh,
Who's gonna draw quicker?
he's gonna quick.
What do you want to do?
Before he draws, I'm just gonna say.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't.
Hold on, I have to think. Give me like just a second. I have to like think about a cool phrase.
Cool one-liner?
Yeah.
If only had a catchphrase.
As he's thinking, all of you in this moment realize Tiny Plant, who learned how to speak beast from Jackal, being a child, didn't understand the situation and has tried to defend you all. But has probably made it worse because she's a child and didn't understand what's going on. She hasn't been taught better. But while Weston's the only one who was going to be able to react to this right away, at least in this quick draw part, all of you realize that things have definitely just escalated. Because of that. Alright, whenever you are, Weston, if you got something.
All right, I got it. I thought about it. I went like slow motion, like I see what he's
Got
doing. I
so
went slow motion. I
cool.
thought of a good plan.
Sure.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I know that stance. Don't be shooting my tea leaves.
W.
Do a persuasion. With... Someone's gonna have to do disadvantage because he's not... He's mad. He's doing this right away, and you speaking is in the same time it take for him to do.
Holy
wow.
shit, he's nuts.
Joe, use this. You're back. I didn't like it anyway.
Whoa. Okay, that's too far.
As he...
A little
see-
harsh.
he's pulling out the shoot. There's... You can still do something, Weston, but your chance of like saying something there did not work. So now it's either take action or watch Tiny Plant shoot. You could potentially try and out
Fucking
quit draw him, I
dumb.
guess.
Okay, hold on.
But you... With that, you realize he probably isn't someone who's going to be easily persuade.
Hmm. I have to think.
The rest of you should be thinking about what you may do if Weston does not do something.
How
that
fast?
might prevent
If
the
I use my
template.
my flight movement, how fast would it be? Like I'm trying to think. Is there any possible way I can get there before he shoots?
I think there's two options that you have here. You can, number one, you should try and fly. Number two, whenever he pulls out his gun to shoot, you could try and shoot his gun and make him miss.
Well,
so
I don't
you-
want to. I don't want to be aggressive towards him. I want to be defensive. So I'm trying to figure out if I can move into this square.
Well, shooting his gun wouldn't hurt him. It
Uh,
would just disarm him.
Yeah, Tiny Plant's technically under tier. It's weird because the map, but using the theater mind, it's technically under the ledge of tier. You could fly. I think it'd still probably be a death check between you two, though, which might be kind of rough.
Well,
because of
the reason why I want to
distance.
get there is I want to use Winged Guardian.
Yes. You
So
can do it.
if I can get there, I also have risk dice where I can bonus action roll through people.
If you use the wrist dice to bonus action roll, I'll let you get there, and you still be a death check though to see if you can fully take the shot from it, or see how bad it is. But you have advantage for sure if you roll into it.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll use my
please-
risk dice for that, and I'm gonna use Winged Guardian.
Go ahead and click on it for us.
This.
All right, perfect. Now please do a death check versus Jackal Eyes. That's
Ruh-roh.
not overly good. His is better, but it wasn't that great. As he is going to shoot, as you see, all of you see, his poncho flies off behind him. As it does, he raises a gun straight to Tiny Plant. In that same moment of you all realizing this has happened, you see your local good guy. You can describe how you do it, Weston, as you're going to get shot. You can describe yourself getting shot afterwards.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like I want to almost block it mid-roll, where whenever you like come out of the roll and you're kind of like in a crouching position, I like lift up one side to have one wing block block Kira and the Tiny Plant. It almost looks like the anime stance or like the superhero stance where you land and your fist is on the ground and the other one's like kind of behind you,
Well,
but
shit,
instead it's like my
superhero
wing
landing.
next to me.
As you see he does that, you see the bullet going straight towards Tiny Plant bounces off one of your leads and goes through your wing off into the tree line. As you will take 17 points of damage.
Yep.
From that. Rest of you. Anything you do?
I lift up my wing and blow the smoke
Are
out of
we
it.
not combating him?
I'm gonna die.
He's shot, but this is like all instant. I'm wondering what your first line of action is. Weston's was to get in front of Tiny Plant.
I think my reaction is to just like use my body to cover both of them.
So you have two people going for the cover, but Weston got there in front of you to cover you. What about the rest of you?
Uh,
What would you have done in that situation? Anything? You could have just stood there, yes. You could have been like...
Can I,
there.
like, moment to think, to inspect, like, if he's
Yeah.
gonna shoot again? Like
Use-
his grip?
You use moment to think, and you kind of like look over his expressions with his grip. You see the smoke kind of frozen in time is very slowly rising from his gun. And as he sees, you see instead of like that smile, like the evil smile that he used whenever he was going to attack Tiny Plant, now the situation you see kind of like not a very like impactful smile, more like one of those slight little grins over his face, like a light grin almost. Almost like if you're like slightly entertained, like if you're going to chuckle, like a chuckle kind of smile.
Like a
And you don't do an insight. So I see exactly what you mean.
Dude, I wish I could icon dice the fucking Kadoy Avengers right now.
He does have a communication device, but here is he. You look at him, it's hard to tell. You don't know. It's straight. You don't know. Jackal is like impossible to know. All you know is he's genuinely just unpredictable. He'll lie. He'll save people randomly. He'll kill people randomly for small reasons.
Okay.
Worked up little white boy.
Then your moment to think starts to end. Anything else?
Oh no, I thought I only get
That's
one
fine.
thing I can do.
Oh yeah. Then as you come back, you stand there. As I'm saying, your moment to think's done, but since that bought you extra time, you can do something else if you wanted.
Oh, I thought I was only allowed to do that one thing. Okay.
No, since moment to think freezes time for you, you have something else.
Okay. I didn't. I thought I was just gonna spend that. I guess I'll say. I guess you are a scorpion.
He's a Scorpio.
That's it. I guess there's like you're a scorpion.
See, he kind of his bat straightens out. If you don't call me anything, call me absolute. I'll stop shit again.
That's in his nature. You're a
Absolutely
scorpion.
stupid.
This is in your nature. You're a fucking scorpion.
Authority.
Call me a scorpion one more time.
Understood.
Remember, my lives, or your lives, are in my hand. I can take them at any time. He starts walking away again. He walks a little bit farther. But I choose not to. Remember that.
Hawkins thinks scorpion.
And whenever he walks past the tree he came out of, he kind of like kits behind the tree and you see a dead werewolf fall off from the other side. Revealing the other
How'd he
werewolf.
get in the tree? Oh, it was a werewolf. It was like a regular wolf.
No, it was a werewolf. Like it was like behind the tree. Jackal
Where?
It seems as
Man,
Jackal
that's
probably
hot.
killed him earlier, and he just revealed his body.
That burns. Shakes off like the leftover residue from the bullet.
Yeah, you see it ate straight through part of your leg and up into your ricocheted up into your flight feathers. It does not feel good. That's for sure.
Ain't nothing but another day, huh?
Is everyone okay?
Another day at work. Yeah, I guess.
Any injured?
I mean, Weston.
Except for us. Any of the kids?
You see a tiny plant just looking around, scared and confused. That's the best way to put it.
Miss
He's a little-
Mundo, did anyone hurt the kids? Are you all okay? Head count.
No, we're all okay. That was, your friend's a little scary. He did save us, but, he seems to,
Sorry you had to see that.
Be
He's
a
not
little-
our friend.
Looks like he picked foe.
Furry or foe?
Well, he did save us. He did say it was a proof of point, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it was
can't
a
really deny
power
the fact
move.
that he did save us. I don't really quite like him though.
Yeah, we were too hasty. Sorry, we put you guys in harm's way. That was on us.
You know. I don't know why I said you know, because you don't, and I don't know either. I'm just a badger. I didn't know I was getting involved with. So yeah,
I think
you're right.
your name was you let out Miss Mundo.
Don't know what you just said, Hawkins, but remember, if any of my children die, I won't forgive you.
Yeah. Alright,
That
well,
was
our
so
business
fucking-
here is done. We're leaving.
Yeah, where are we heading to next, Hawkins?
Well, crevice.
Didn't you guys get to where he wants you to be?
We'll get there.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember what he said, but I definitely suggest people be taking notes, because that was his last warning, he said.
We'll get there.
I mean, once we get to Port Crevice and we get on the ship and stuff, we could part ways. I could head up to the capital, and you guys could head down there while I take care of business.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on our way there. Either way, we need a horse. We can get a horse at Port Crevice.
Well, we don't really need a horse, because
Yeah, well, if we're
remember
gonna
we
go to
made that
Josto,
deal?
then we need a horse.
We could use more cows. Conjure more cows.
Well, aren't those guys that we made the deal with? That's why we're here at the werewolf place, right? Because we were getting a
Yeah.
Yeah.
free ride to the airship.
Yeah, but we can still get a horse there. They have horses at Port Crevice.
Yeah, but are we gonna
Oh,
take it
we
with
could
us
do-
on the airship?
Oh, we won't be going.
I'll
on
be
the
right back,
airship.
guys. Hold on.
What's that in me? I'll be right back.
Looks like I got a BRB.
Okay, how much time did Jackal Eyes give
2
us?
weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. Boston, aren't you supposed to be going?
Going where? Oh, frick, you're right. I need to go make more tea. BRB.
Thank you.
+1 RP. I'm actually going to get tea. BRB.
OOC,
So we
Mr.
have
Wills.
2
Now would
weeks.
be a good time.
How long
to
is it going to take
fall
us to
back.
get to Port Crevice?
If we have horses, we can do it.
How are we going to get? Wait, like from here to Port
I mean,
Crevice
just
if we have
buy
horses?
buy horses at Port Crevice.
Okay, at Port Crevice. And where does he want us to go again? He gave us like an
Josta.
address, didn't he?
See, it's a place called Josta, and they have a street called Josta Lane, which makes sense. What kind of city has a street named after it?
Hollywood Boulevard.
Hollywood isn't a city.
Is it not?
No, it's like a thingamajig. An area.
So he wants to meet us
Alright,
again.
I'm back. I'm back.
At
folks.
Josta.
I made some sweet tea. What you guys think?
Specifically at a place called Josta Street.
Well, no, there's an actual address. I think Hawkins might
Okay.
have written down.
Frick, I clicked on
It's
the
just
Doy
a
map
lane.
on accident.
Josta Lane.
I think there's a
I'm
number
gonna be
too.
real. I do not think you guys can come with me and make it down there in 2
Yeah,
weeks.
but that's why we're going to Port Crevice. We can get horses and actually get there.
I'll,
Yes, but I have to go to Seal for him.
I think you guys.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna part ways probably.
Either way,
but,
we're going to
yeah.
Port Curtis, yeah.
You guys figure out how much
Yeah.
time it takes probably once you guys get there, and know how long it'd take for the airship and all kinds of stuff.
Wait, how long will it take us to get to Port Crevis from here? Since we came to this location from Port Crevis.
This is
didn't
about a
get here
day
from
out of
Port
Port
Crevis.
Crevis.
Okay, so it's only a day. Okay.
And maybe a little bit. Yeah, it just depends. But you guys
Would it be
have to do
quicker
one
with my Outlander trait?
It'd be quicker if you guys don't rest. But assuming you guys want to take a rest, if you don't take a rest, it'll be less than a day. But
We can rest on the ship, or I guess I can.
if you guys don't
But
rest,
I
it would
just-
take a point of exhaustion. But you'll get there in less than a day. Or you guys can rest and it'll take a day roughly, no matter what. Outlander will help you get through where you are right now, though.
Okay.
That's
then
the
I
road
c-
stuff.
We're gonna have to split to
Yeah.
make this time frame work. Like, there's no way Weston can stay with you guys with this time frame.
Wait, so we said we're going to Port Crevice. What happened to like getting the reward from these guys though?
Yes, at Port Crevis.
Oh, it's at Port Crevice. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Well, we need a rest either way, I think, right?
Yeah, we should rest.
I'm gonna
Well,
die instantly.
before we rest, now would be a good time to call the Mount Matrod
being like a
people.
Speaking
Francis.
speaking of which, thank you, Peebus. Today is actually on the calendar. Actually, wait. I don't think today is the day of the cat. It might just be start of the week.
I think it's the. I mean, this it's like the middle of the night, right? So it might be today.
Did we pass
That's
out the
technically the next day.
MVP card, by the way?
Maybe I'm currently putting a picture in if you guys want to look in what you sent me, and then and we can just tell. Just make sure you guys updated it. Make sure you haven't sent one.
Picture.
I'm making a picture for an NPC. Make sure you guys send me who your MVP was before I check.
I don't remember, did I?
Guys, vote me.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm
honestly.
pretty sure I voted too.
Yeah,
I sure did vote. Sick.
Perfect. I'll look in a second.
Oh yeah, I almost revoked my vote last time.
Yeah, I didn't. Well,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get that. You guys, also your homunculus is updated now, Peebus. Then I'll check MVP. Alright, you guys keep doing what you're doing.
Sleeping.
Are you sleeping
so
here? Or
is
you
today or tomorrow the call day?
if someone opens the calendar, I currently don't have the calendar open. It's
Oh,
Day of the
the-
Cat. And then
like
calendar
it's
is
literally the
updated.
middle of the night, so it's probably like now or tomorrow, right? Because
Yeah, so if it's
It
in the
is
middle of the
midnight.
night, then he wouldn't have a problem with us calling.
so it's like the night of the day before. We
Today's
can just
day
call
of the
them after the
tiger.
rest.
Oh, it's the night of the day before.
Oh wait, no mind. It's today's
Yeah,
day of the
it's-
rat.
We could just rest and then do it in the morning.
Guys, the World Marshal Cup started.
What does that mean?
An event, a worldly event. Things you guys could partake in if you ever wanted to.
How?
How?
You'd have to do it involved, but you know.
No,
We're all
how do we
very
avoid
great
dying instantly
marshals.
first?
We just love martial combat, you guys, right?
I do.
Yeah, you're ranged. You're ranged
That's
martial
I'm
combat.
a martial class.
No guns
Anyway,
allowed.
guys, we need to probably get moving.
No, we're rested.
Well, do you want to
Oh,
rest
right-
here with 30
right here?
corpses?
We
You
should.
guys,
Yeah,
We should
gotta-
probably like maybe get to the road or something, build a few
Yeah,
tents.
just get. Yeah, you're right. Let's get to the road.
yeah, because well, the road's still half a day's away. You probably want to rest before you go to the road. The road is half a day.
Maybe we get almost to the road and then rest.
You definitely want to get farther away from these eastern mountains. Just all these bodies. You cleared out the place, but I wouldn't be surprised for these bodies to start attracting different kinds of beasts. And I don't,
Did we get what we came for? Did we get what they wanted us to get?
Yeah. Can I check the werewolf corpse?
yeah. On the werewolf corpse, you don't find anything besides just fur.
Aborted. It's just a pile of fur.
Well, it's-
Do you think the Black Steel Order would care to have like definitive proof that there are werewolves in the area?
Maybe.
think it might not be a bad idea to just. I'm gonna start cutting off its ears.
Give
Or
me
I
a-
imagine if there's like
go ahead.
any way, like I don't, okay, not the ears particularly, but like a way to like, I don't know, like they usually use ears as like, oh yeah, there's how many people or how many goblins I kill for this quest or something.
Do
So
me give me a nature check with advantage. Oh wow. You
oh,
realize
wait, that
werewolf.
was so quick. There was no, I didn't see the dice roll. What the
Yes,
heck?
because the dice, the module's currently closed. So once I
Ah,
re-import it, we'd have to rewrite dice.
okay,
But
okay.
if we want to, we may not want
Oh no, no,
to.
well, I was just shocked at how fast it was, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
fine.
Carry on.
Anyway, so with the 20, you realize werewolves are a weird thing. You've heard about them before. Never really met one. Uh, a surefire way would to take its entire corpse back. Second way would probably take its full head. But the most important things about werewolves are usually things related to its mouth, so its fangs. People believe the werewolf's fang can still transfer lycanthropy. So like the fangs, its canine teeth. Also, maybe its eyes. Their eyes turn more canine as well. They're like human eyes turn canine, which are usually proof to some extent. Ears could work, but the ears aren't necessarily definitive. The things that are more valuable at the least are the fangs, the eyes. Ears have value, but they wouldn't be super good for proof, I don't think, compared to the other ones. Maybe it's saliva. That could be useful.
Okay,
Werewolves
then
got a lot of
I'm
use.
going to, yeah, I guess I'll start
But
hacking away at its teeth.
yeah, you
Take its
guys.
tongue.
Sure, you can take its tongue. You can. I'll say you get all of its canine teeth pretty well. Some of the other ones cracked in the process. I'm not gonna say it's super clean, as you don't have an herbalism kit to like actually dissect bodies.
Oh man, I gotta get me one of those then.
Yeah, but with the 20, I'll say you kind of know what's valuable, so you're you're going to cause some damage, so you kind of pick and choose where you're willing to cause damage. You bust some of the other teeth out to get the more important ones, and you just kind of. Do you only cut like the tip of the tongue off, or you more like I cut inside of its throat and like remove the entire tongue?
I'm gonna try to just grab as much as that tongue I can.
Right, so I'll say you like slice into its neck a little bit. You kind of cut and lower in the tongue, and you cut up, so you just kind of pull it out like a rope from its mouth. It's kind of a long tongue, not as long as Noreen's tongue. That I actually don't know if Tom is wearing or Lee is wearing that around her neck or not. I don't think so.
I'm wearing it. I'm wearing it
You wear that tongue around your neck? Jesus.
all the time.
Ew.
It's not as long as that one. That was like 3 feet long. It was pretty long. It's a nice tongue. So you take the teeth, the tongue. Anything else?
No. If there's nothing of like
Okay.
of value that Kira would,
Probably take the eyes.
I guess, realize.
Might be
Oh, sick.
valuable.
Yeah. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take
Yeah,
the
I'll take the
eyes.
eyes.
That's probably
Ooh.
better. I mean, everything technically has value. If you want the way you want to look at it. I'm sure you could sell the fur for something. Everything has
Mhm.
value.
I feel like that would take too long, so this is all like what I'm taking.
You like quickly.
Yeah, kind of in a rush.
Okay. Yeah, you probably take that stuff. Most important things. Right. What are the rest of you up to? Also, I believe Weston asked about the bots, right? Is that what happened?
Wait,
I'm
what
going-
box?
The bots you guys are looking for to make sure you guys got it. What you guys
Oh
came here
yeah, I
for.
was
Yeah,
making
yeah.
sure we got what we came for.
Yeah, we got it.
I'm gonna go over to Western. The tea.
Oh, you want some tea?
Yes, give me a cup.
My God,
I'll-
it sounds so cool.
Pick
kind
up
of
the
tea
cup
leaves
the
do you use?
Jackal has left. I just use whatever I find. Y- normal sweet. If I'm in a store and I like carry it in my rations, I'll get like normal sweet tea. Good old southern sweet tea.
See Tiny Plant riding on Jackal kind of comes up curious about what you're making.
I'm gonna take the cup. And I'll walk over to Hawkins, and I'm just gonna pour it out on the floor, and like wipe it out so there's no like water in it. Hawkins,
Yes.
give me a knife.
What'd you do with my tea? What the hell, Igor?
Uh,
It took forever for me to make that. I spent here
don't know.
day and night. I
I'm
sat
giving you
here
a
over the
scimitar.
campfire, just making my tea, and you
What
hear us
did you
get
say?
I'm giving you a scimitar. Here,
I'm gonna
this is
grab
what
a
I need.
scimitar.
Here I go.
Take this
the
cup.
entire time you guys are doing this. Weston's like bitching at you from
I'm
behind.
gonna hold my hand over the cup, and I'm gonna fucking slice my hand, and like all the sap and like blood is gonna spill into the cup.
You're
Drink
ruining
this.
my cup. What are you doing?
Okay.
I spent
Drink
good
this.
money on that. It's a novelty item.
Hey, what's going on?
It'll help me protect you.
Oh. Wait, you doing Arcana check of what the fuck Iggy's doing?
Yeah, that's between you guys.
I want my tea
Fondy, I can
back.
tell you what it
What
is.
the,
Peebus,
It's
can I do an
the
Arcana check on what the fuck you're doing?
it's the last part of the what's it called? The spiteful watering birth ability. I'm doing that for him.
See tiny plants reaching up towards you. For the tea supplies. West, if you have any. She's like, tea.
He poured out my tea. You want some tea?
Plant.
Plant? What does it look like they're doing?
Looking for like, just pointing at the tea and like pointing at herself. And like pointing to like one of the red leaves on her head.
Do you want me to take it?
No, do have plant. Or drink.
Do I have plant? Oh, you mean like the tea plant?
Ah.
Let me see what I got.
I was
Rummage
looking
through
at
my bags.
But let's go back to what what Idramore and Hawkins are doing.
Like, why are you looking at me like that?
Go on, drink it.
You want me to drink this?
What did you say?
You want me to drink this?
Yes. It'll let me link your vitals with mine.
Okay. Fucking pinches his nose. All right, and
Really trusting
downs
guy.
it. I guess, yeah, whatever.
That's what we
I mean,
reveal
that's-
if that was poison. Now you're dead.
You
drunk
die.
enough
You
blood
take
before.
1 billion damage.
He swallows it. What kind of effect does it have on his body, Idramore?
He'll like feel his blood like get thicker, or at least where he drank it. Like
you fucking
you'll almost
instantly has a
feel
heart
like there's
attack?
like roots going through you.
Ew.
There's not act, but that's what it feels like.
My fucking throat. It stings. It
Alright.
stings. Oh, fuck me.
Interesting.
So I would like him now to
Right.
be my my. You wrote it as loved one, but I instantly changed that to my protected one. So yeah.
I feel so loved.
You've chosen him as your loved one? I didn't realize what you were-
Okay, but I changed it so that it's not loved because
No,
my
it
character
has
would
to be a
love
loved
him.
one.
I have to
love.
love him.
That's
I feel
based
so loved
that's
right
that's
now.
based on the story of Malanta, and it's based around her undying love for the prince and basically ruining the entire
Aw,
kingdom.
man.
Aww.
Okay, well
Because
it's
she
like
got
a
killed
it's
for her
like a
love.
looking up to
Exactly.
him love then.
Iggy,
Okay.
you shouldn't have.
It
I
has to
give
be.
him puppy dog eyes.
It has to be. It doesn't have to be like you have to like, literally love him. It just has to be like for
Yeah,
example,
I
how,
like look
like
up
how
to him
Kira
like
would be willing
it's a
to die for
teacher.
Hawkins probably, even if they're not like in love.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like that. Yeah. You have to be that. It has to be that serious, but you don't have to literally love him.
It's that serious.
So whenever Tiny Plant's over Kira, you kind of see, you see this weird, whatever was going on between Hawkins and Idramore. And you and Lee are kind of looking at that, and you look across and you see Tiny Plant. And Weston, do you literally pull out an entire like small potted plant of a tea plant, or do you just have leaves? Do you just have a plant you've been watering? What's been going on? What kind of plant do you got over here, Weston, for these tea leaves? Oh, he's dead. Uh-oh. Oh, Weston's doing that. We shall see. Leah, what are you up to?
I guess I'm just fucking staring at Iggy, dude.
You're staring at what
the
they
hell
just
that
did.
freak's doing? What the hell happened? And
Uh,
I'm like kind of thirsty,
Iggy's
so I'm like, I look for
cradling
some
Hawkins
tea.
in his arms.
And I go like,
my,
oh, that's
my
so
tummy.
cute.
My tummy, it's tea, it's tea.
My tea.
My
Why'd you do that,
stomach.
Igdamore? I hate you.
Well, been lovey-dovey.
I hope
Weston,
that
what kind
one-
of tea plant do you have over here? Or do you just have leaves? As Kira, you
I
see
just have,
tiny
like,
plants.
leaves.
Weston making some kind of interaction. So he's trying to reach up
Do you
for
want
leaves.
them? Do you want them ground up or full leaf?
She seems to just be kind of reaching out to touch them. What kind of leaves are they? Said they're sweet tea, but like what kind of? Kind of describe this kind of plant to me that they came from.
Hold on. I have to figure out what sweet tea leaves are.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's just tea leaves sweetened with sugar.
Yeah, with lots of sugar.
It's just a tea plant. What do you see?
It's a Rubus suavissimus.
What the hell you say to me? You said Japanese.
That doesn't help. Okay, tell me like what it physically looks like. Like what you want. It doesn't even have to be the real thing. Like what do you want it to physically look like in this world?
Ooh.
Like the leaves and like the colorization. I mean,
Green.
does it literally like sprinkle sugar over itself to make it sweet? Is it magical?
Nah,
Literally.
nah, I got it. So it looks like almost like an orangey reddish leaf from like the trees and bushes from Kadoy. And the tea itself is like almost very cinnamony. It's like a very like chai
Cinnamon.
tea almost, but you know, cinnamon kind of matches the whole fall vibe. You know, very pumpkin cinnamony type tea.
Ah, pumpkin spice. Nice.
Do you think this is native to Kadoy, and that's why it's like the trees here?
Maybe.
No, do you want it to be? You're coming up with this. It doesn't have to be, but you mentioned it like Kadoy. Do you feel like it'd be?
I'm
fitting
the
that way?
only one who drinks tea.
No, you're not the only one who drinks tea. I just haven't thought about it. There's no reason for
Tea
you
is a
not to
brand new
come
fad
with us.
that
No,
you're
we
trying
can
to
we can make
popular.
it we can make it a thing.
Sure.
You know,
perfect.
Kadoy tea.
What do you want it to be called? Just sweet? Is it the plant literally gonna be called the sweet tea
Sweet
plant?
KT.
Sweet KT.
Sweet titty.
What's the K stand for?
Sweet TT.
Is it Kadoy?
Ketamine.
That's not sure that they put on it. That's ketamine.
What color is it?
It's orange
Black.
red, I believe.
I think red, like the leaves, would be cool.
Yeah, I think it's orangish red. You said, kind of like
Yeah, the
similar
leaf
to
like the
plant-
leaves
maple
and,
leaves.
and stuff is orangish red. Whenever it comes out though, it's more brownish. It gets like
Delicious.
saturated.
You see,
Yum, brown.
yeah, you see, tiny plants kind of like reaching out, trying to like touch the plants.
Yeah, here you can take a little leaf.
You see, she takes the leaf. What? Thank you.
Well, you're mighty welcome.
As you see, she kind of like a caterpillar. She starts biting into it.
That's not
What
how
the
you.
hell?
Oh, whatever.
Isn't that cannibal? Never mind. It's fine.
And as she's biting
Kinda
into it,
weird.
you see, she kind of doesn't take her too long to finish it off. Actually, she's not super small compared to this leaf. She kind of finishes off. You see, she kind of tilts her head towards you, and you see like on top of her head, you see something whittling around. And you see like a kind of like a sprout pops out, and her hair kind of starts turning like leafy, and this kind of like this orangish red leaf, kind of replacing the bright
Oh
red
my
of the maple
God.
trees. You see her body starts to have this orangish red leaf start to grow on it, and she looks very.
Oh my
She's starting to
God.
show signs of assimilating with the sweet KT plant. As you
Guys,
realize, yeah, go ahead.
we got tea. We got lots
Heat
of tea.
generator.
Igdramore, I still do not forgive you, but this is a miracle.
What
Why
you
is
doing?
it so emotional?
You
So
see,
silly.
you see, Tiny Plant. When you seem to get emotional, she's like, she's kind of smiling, and she like kind of pats one of your feathers.
This brings a tear to my eye.
And you take one of
Well,
those
let's
cards
make
you're
like
not.
your tea and leaf. We gotta get out of here.
Okay.
I agree.
All
Iggy,
right.
put me down.
Why is Iggy cradling you, Hawkins?
We're closer than we've ever been.
Oh my god. He feels
Fucking
it
I can feel
inside
it
of
in
him.
my blood.
Oh my god.
Don't bite.
All right.
I do.
You guys planning on making some distance now? Down the hills of the eastern endless
Yeah.
peaks, I'm sure. Sure. You guys
I'll pick up
that's
Tiny Plant and
perfect.
pick up Vana and skedaddle.
Yep, you guys kind of move on. You kind of start making your way back towards the Maple Watts Road, and you kind of get to a place not quite to the road, but where the trees start turning red again, and the grass is more lush, and it's not the hills of the desolate mountains, and you feel much more safe. As you made a couple hours distance, though you are definitely very tired now.
Perfect. Alright, everyone. For real now, we're camping. For real this time. Everyone get sorted. Find somewhere comfy. And get some fucking sleep. Fuck.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, Wes, do you mind taking first watch with me?
Yep, I got it.
I like taking first watch because you just gotta stay up a little bit longer and then you can just sleep it out. Right? I'm going to wake up in the middle of fucking sleep. I hate that.
I swear you got that from me, but I agree.
Tee hee.
Tee.
What am I
That's
talking
right. Get it? T.
about?
You're so fucking gross.
Let's actually know that's Una Weston saying that.
That's No, that's Boone speaking.
What?
Weston's like, "Ka, ka, 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 ka."
Like he's squawking.
Yeah. He also has a really weird fucking laugh. Ka,
Weston's
ka,
the
ka,
guy.
ka, 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 ka.
All right.
Sorry, I got air in my throat.
I only got roots in mine. Taking a mile
Alright.
load.
You that doesn't necessarily. I don't know what sense alone. So long. But yeah, you guys can rest pretty easily. Is there anything you wish to do during the night, or you? Also need to restart Foundry real quick.
So,
anything you wish to do during the night?
Hawkins, why'd you have us both take first watch?
So you can make out together.
I felt, should probably have a bit of a chat with a lot of all the news just come out.
Yeah,
Just wanted to let you know I was gonna tell you, but didn't think I was gonna find the right time. It's hard, It's not, with names like Kronos, it's hard to.
you kind of dropped a lot on me, and not all of it's, none of it's all that good.
Some of it sounds worse than it is.
Well, I guess I'll just go down the list. You're working for Kronos, the Shamed.
Yeah.
By choice.
You got a crazy bipolar foe chasing after you
Yes.
I love that term.
because you messed up his plan and took his eye.
We had no knowledge of this plan. We were just surviving.
And you blew up everyone.
Yeah, that was an accident. I didn't know it was a bomb metaphor. Yeah.
Figures.
Yeah.
And worst of all, you started messing with this whole dead people thing.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had to.
For what? You ain't never have to do nothing, Hawkins. That's been your motto forever. Ain't nobody made you do a thing. You ain't
Things
gotta
have
do a thing.
changed.
The things you do are things you want to do. So why did you have to go and mess with all this undead mumbo jumbo?
Because I'm not a kid anymore. You got it. I'm not some low time
I
messing
saw
up
you
little
like just a few
villages.
months ago.
Yeah, and a lot's changed.
Well, what's changed? What changed to have this happen?
What the fuck?
We should
I
probably
don't know
keep
how
our
to
voices down.
explain
Let's
it.
not wake the others.
Sorry, I don't know how to explain it. Things happened that I couldn't stop from happening. I took a job for Kadoi. I was working as I guess like a hired, not even hired. We had a fucking blossom badge and everything. And we were looking for Kronos, and we found him, and he enslaved us. I was a slave for a few weeks, and there's nothing I could have done. So I didn't have a choice, alright?
You say slave?
Yes. We had the collars and everything.
Motherfucker, I could have come and saved you. Why didn't you come find me?
What the
Slavery?
what do you think I could have done? I didn't know who could see me. I didn't know what I could do. I didn't know what I couldn't do. One wrong move, my head could have exploded for all I knew. But that's not important. I think at the start I misunderstood them. The whole Kronos situation, I think he's doing good work. Or at least important work.
Well, keep your story going, cause this ain't even the most important part to me.
Alright, well, I don't know who he's fighting. I have an idea. But you know Kadoi's fucked, right?
This is still not part of the story that I care about.
Alright, what story do you care about?
I want to figure out what you did, what happened to you to make you mess with all this undead shit.
People died, and I had to stop it. And so I didn't let them die, and now they're here.
So you decided to be selfish and not let their souls go.
Selfish. I gave them a fucking chance to keep fighting, and they're still here, and they're still fighting. I gave them a choice, and they're still here.
You think that robed fellow's still there?
Yes, I see it.
Look at him. He ain't sleep. He ain't breathing. He ain't drinking, eating.
But he's
He ain't even
thinking.
taking a piss, Hawkins.
But he's thinking.
What?
And
What's he
he's
thinking?
fighting.
Ask him. Let's see if he tells you. He's trapped in there, Hawkins. There ain't
And
no
he's
life
getting
in there.
out.
He's trapped.
He's so close to getting out. I'm telling you, you don't understand. I
Hawkins,
know how ugly necromancy is, and I know how much people look at it, and I know it's gross, and people think it's a curse, and I hear
Hawkins,
that, and
you've
I
gone
thought the same.
strange.
But when I look at him, he's there.
You went from black scale Hawkins to strange scale Hawkins. You ain't all
What?
right.
Take that back.
You ain't all right in the head, friend.
You said,
I-
Davana, that you understood if people believed something different from you. Why is that different now? Because it's not convenient, because it's not pretty.
I
You
believe
said
that
you'd respected
other people. I respect other people when they don't keep people here against their will. They didn't choose.
I'm not.
They didn't
letting them
choose to
say
die.
Hawkins.
You can't choose to keep them.
And I'm giving them the choice. He's deciding to stay.
Who's
Because he's
deciding?
not
You or
finished.
him?
Valid, Jeddah, even fucking the Knoll.
When
They're
did they
staying
decide?
because they're not finished. Every time I give them an order, it's a decision.
So it's your decision. It's your order.
It's a decision to follow.
They don't have a choice, Hawkins. You know it.
I know they do. You don't understand what happens. You don't know what happens when you die. You don't even know if burning them is the right thing. You don't know if when you burn them, you send them to the fucking pit. If that's dooming them, you don't understand. You don't know. No one
Hawkins,
does.
I've
So
been
why
around
is
for a
this any
long
wrong?
time.
You were fucking sleeping for a long time.
How do you know that?
Oh, sorry. I assumed you would have told me that at some point.
Maybe.
Well, I
I
guess we'll make that canon.
I suppose so. Suppose you would know that. Damn it. Well, looky here. I'm one of these days, Hawkins. I'm gonna make you right this wrong. I'll overlook it for now, but I won't let you go. I won't let you be strange forever.
I'll stop being strange when I die.
It's a spiraling
strange.
path. Just remember, sometimes you make wrong choices, and all it takes is a little self-reflection.
Really. And you've only made
Try
right
it
choices.
sometimes. What'd you say?
And you've only made right choices.
Hell no. I made some damn bad ones. But it's how I keep from fucking up in the future. You make enough bad ones, you learn how to take more good ones.
Yeah, I guess so. Listen,
You
whenever
just
we
need
get
to realize that sometimes your bad decisions can't be made for other people.
I don't regret what I did. Maybe I will, but right now I don't, because what I did is keeping him here, keeping them here, and giving them a chance.
Regret and understanding what you're doing is wrong is two different things, Hawkins. I don't regret the bad that I did because it made me who I am today. Doesn't mean they weren't wrong.
I guess we just won't ever see eye to eye on this.
Suppose so. Just remember, one day it's gonna catch up.
Wait, it caught up 3 weeks ago. It caught up when I had the fucking collar on. It caught up when I was in that tournament. I've been living on lost time. I'm done. I'm just trying to do what's right now.
Well, you ain't in cuffs yet. For your sake, I'm hoping you ain't ever in cuffs again.
We'll see. Anyway, listen, when we get to
Man, these guys are heavy sleepers. We're kind of
yeah, they are. That was a lot. But when we get to
Must've
Port
been
Crevice, you and Varda, you head to Silverid, right? But don't worry about any cuts or anything like that. Just consider it a going away present.
Well, I do want something now, because something kind of caught my eye recently.
Is the fucking we just gave you a cut. You're getting all of that. We did
No,
most
I
of the
don't.
work.
I don't even care about that. Look, Hawkins, I don't do this stuff for the money. Trust me, if I needed money, I could get money.
Alright.
Weird flex, but okay.
What you want?
See, recently come to my attention that you guys have a tea making machine.
What? Are you?
The plant.
Yeah. What? So you want honey black?
I mean, like, not. I don't need her permanently. Him, her, it,
I think it's a she.
she. I don't. I'll say it. I don't wanna.
My
They.
mum said she, so I just assumed.
Oh, you knew her. She had a mom.
Yeah, his name was Dad. Yeah. Thought she was evil
Kind of
a
a
bit,
pleasant
but then I
name.
think she was alright.
Nah, ain't no
Yeah.
folk named Aldania's ever evil. Should have
Yeah,
known
that's
that
what I
from the
thought.
start, Hawkins.
I trusted her, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway,
Giving me a hoot over here, and I ain't even one of them.
shut up.
Is that racist?
No, it ain't racist. Go back to bed, Igor.
That's
Well,
racist.
I don't need her forever. But you know I'm good for protecting. She ain't get hurt if she travels with me.
I mean,
You want her
that's
back? One bird call away.
I'd ask Kira about that.
Well, good thing first watch is over, because it's Kira's turn.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how I was telling you about joining us at some point?
Do what?
Yeah, I was telling you about job opportunities working for our employer.
It, it may not be in my best interest to work for your employer, should he be taking slaves and such.
Oh, he let us go at some point, but we were the only slaves. But that's neither
Suppose
here
I
nor
could have a
there.
little chat with him.
I just I don't think we should work together.
You know, Hawkins, I'm around if you need me, but I do agree.
Yeah.
Right
Wish
people,
you the
wrong
best.
time.
I'll see you in the morning.
Good night, Hawkins.
Night, baby.
Don't ever say that to me again. I'll put 2 bullets right in your forehead.
Yes, Pookums.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that one.
Alright, next watch. It seems they've volunteered Kira. Does anyone else want to take center watch? Or is it Kira, is there anyone you'd like to take center watch? Be an NPC or a player?
I think I don't think Kira's ever really had someone taking watch with her. So if anything, it's just more of like I guess these two would literally just see me kind of just stop leaning off the tree I was like resting on, and I imagine
Good
Kira
morning,
kind of like
Kira.
heard all of it, but we'll just pretend that Kira didn't hear any of it.
Kira moment. Okay.
Morning, and I'll just
Good
take
night,
watch.
Kira.
I'll just take watch for myself.
I think Organs would be aware that you heard all that. Like, yeah, good night, Kira.
Yeah, you can see Kira
Okay.
just like looking like,
Anything you'd like to do during the night, Kira?
Since I'm taking first watch, no, I unfortunately cannot wander off. So I will take watch until the whoever wakes up first, and then I'll immediately tell them
Me wakes up first.
oh, you're awake. Take over, as I'm gonna venture off and go find some food.
You can see as Weston's sleeping. He looks like distressed in his sleep.
Uh,
How do you look distressed in your sleep?
like nightmares.
Like he's doing the like running thing?
Leah,
Oh,
what would you like?
Yep.
Who would you like to have take a watch with you, if anyone? Yours will be last watch.
Wake Hawkins back up.
I'm going for. Let's go with the tree guy. The
Okay.
guy with the
Okay.
trees.
I actually did want to do something during this rest. I forgot.
That's fine. I mean,
So
you just
yeah, I wanna. If he's waking me up, I wanna wake Tiny Plant up.
Sure, Kara. As you walk off, you see Leah wake up, Idramore, and you see kind of, it's kind of like a train where you see a root comes up and hits Tiny Plant. She kind of, comes
Like
comes
poke her
away.
up, real nice. Tiny Plant. Have you ever gone to school?
Screw. She
Also, I'm
tilts her
speaking in
head.
plant.
Oh, you're speaking to
Speaking of
plant.
plant to her.
School?
Yes, have you ever been taught lessons? I knew about her mother, right? Did they say something about that? About
Um,
Aldania?
I don't know up there one not here, I guess. How much you would have said. I don't think they thought too much about it at all. They really don't talk about that stuff. They really don't talk about their past much, I don't think. That group. That's between you guys, though. Or really up to you, Edgemore, I guess, really.
Wanna talk to Tiny Plant? Well, it's...
Uh-huh.
I think it's about time you get a little bit of a lesson. And I'm going
I
to,
like
over the
to learn.
rest, teach her common, as much as I can. Over the rest.
Leah, you cannot speak plant. The way
All
you
right.
speak plant too is like a weird.
We're just making rustling
I,
noises
well,
at each other.
I just arguably you probably have. I don't know if you have comprehend languages, so arguably you could.
I do have
comprehend.
comprehend languages. I've never fucking used that spell.
You've used it once before.
Um,
I don't think it lets you speak the language, but I think it lets you understand at the very least. It might let you speak. I'm not sure. But if you
okay,
have
I'm
that, you
comprehending.
could use that.
Wow.
Let's see. I mean, you also understand written language. You just understand kind of when they talk, and the way you kind of realize what you're understanding is like little vibrations of their like roots in the ground, kind of like vibrating. They're kind of sending messages. There's nothing vocal about it really. It's kind of like a weird language based on like how a plant sways and like how a leaf is tilted, and how their roots kind of vibrate. So it's very
We're
interesting.
just
Strange.
ready at each other.
But yeah, you see, are there any like main things you're trying to teach her in common, like names or places or things? You won't
I'll
be to teach her
like
full
everyone's
common.
name
Okay.
and like certain like code words like danger, help. You know.
Leah, whenever it gets to your
Blow
name,
up.
you hear her kind of like you hear them saying it and you understand it and plant. Then you hear her be like Leah.
Hello?
She kind of waves towards you. Leah. Hello.
Hello.
It was either Wednesday or Thursday.
Are you hello.
Huh?
She says, "Are you hello?" She also doesn't understand.
What did she
and
mean
she's
by
still
that?
No, I'm Leon. I was, greeting you. Can you explain that?
She, you hear her talking back to Idramore, and she says to you, Idramore, Idramore, how do I say you're smart, right?
Oh, I totally want to tell her to say stupid.
You can. I don't know if you know Leah's comprehending the language now, so you probably could.
I mean, casting the spell was probably obvious.
Yeah, you probably could have noticed if you weren't trying to be sneaky or like won't take off.
If I saw her at all, then I would have probably noticed that she was like listening and like definitely doing more than just looking at us.
She's comprehending for sure.
I'll
But you
teach
hear
her
that, Leah. And you see Tiny Plant comes back. You are smart.
Oh no, smart.
Like
Yeah.
tiny.
I'm
Smart.
smart.
Smart. You smart. Smart.
Smarg.
Leah? Smart?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about that, but that's how you say it.
You help teach me? She kind of like smiles a little bit. Her
do you
leaves
wanna
kind of wiggle around. See, that goes back. You hear her speaking in Plantodon. How do I say, I want to learn about people and places?
You see that to me or Leah?
She's saying that to you, trying to understand how that. It's another one of those moments where it keeps going back and forth between you to try and like say it, and he's using Leah as like a literal trading mechanism in some way. Well, she's being genuine, but it's being used. Leah's basically like a literal training system right now for her.
I tell her how to say it.
She weakly kind of tells you, I want to learn. Ah! I fell out the chair. I fell out the pot. You realize she almost falls out of her pot. She leans forward, trying to speak. I want to learn about lots, like people and different places. Oh, and she also, when she says that, she goes back to Idramor. She like thinks of something. Idramor, can I have some of your, She looks up and realizes you don't have any leaves. Bark?
I'll like take like some moss off of me.
Is it moss?
Yeah.
Is it like green? What kind of moss is it? Like aged
It's moss. Oh, moss is moss.
You see, she takes the moss and she's kind of waiting for your answer, Leah. They kind of make that trade and she starts munching on it.
What the fucking look? What the fuck? It didn't grow off.
Cannibalism.
It didn't grow off me. It's like it grew on me, but it's not out of me. You know.
Yeah. You see, as she's eating this, you see it almost looks like she's starting to wear like, like chia pets. It looks like her body starts turning to kind of like a chia pet, where it's more fluffy with little things growing off her where the moss is growing.
Sure. I'll teach you some places and things.
Akira, what kind of food are you doing to do right now? Just anything in specific?
Currently, I think seeing Weston make tea. I'm just gonna also just look for some wild, like maybe some teas that grow naturally around here, or any just rare herbs.
Do me a nature check, please. Yeah, unfortunately, not finding much. You find some basic things, but you don't find anything related to. You don't find anything related to the tea or anything unique. Find some maybe like random berries, and just various like natural, like bushes, and some like grass. Nothing, some edible things, but nothing really grand or special. Unfortunately.
And then I'm just gonna find enough food for my Outlander trait. During that whole time, I was also looking for food with the Outlander trait to see if I can, feed people by having to utilize rations.
Yeah, you can definitely find enough food. Spending enough time, and you'll be able to come back and very easily do so. Oh, all right. And at some point, you start to come back as you realize, after you got some food, you realize Leah and Idramor seem to be having some kind of conversation or training session with a tiny plant of sorts. As you kind of wander back to the camp. You can do as you please. But you do witness this going on a couple hours later. How... She says to you, Idramor, how to say, like, way to say I care about you very much.
Oh.
Atramor will like look down. And he's gonna be like, he doesn't understand what she's saying when she says that. I don't think I've heard what that means. He's being a super emo boy.
She kind of opens her mouth.
Never heard someone say that to me before.
You hearing this, Leah? You see Tiny Plant open her mouth really wide. Huh? Idramor doesn't know everything. You're like me, and still learning.
Everyone's learning. Anyone who acts like they're not is a liar.
Even them, as kind of points towards Leah.
Especially them.
What the fuck? Okay, in character, I'm very smart.
Yeah, well, in character, you didn't know about the Tears of Balanta. And that's what
Yeah,
he,
because I
that's
in
that
character
you would know
didn't
that's what he
care.
means when he
Okay.
says that.
You freaking care, bro.
I think you would understand the significance of what he was saying when he says that.
What's the significance?
Because he's saying you didn't know about the tears of Malanta, and that's you
Yeah,
not
yeah,
knowing
makes sense.
everything, despite acting like you do.
Yeah, that's fair.
How to say she's kind of trying to figure out the words to say to you, Idrimor. She's speaking in plant. I want to tell Kira I like them a lot, and Hawkins too.
I thought I was bullying them earlier. No, that was the other kid.
That's Vana.
Huh?
Okay.
What do I say to tell Kira and Hawkins I like them a lot, as much as my mother?
I'm gonna tell for Hawkins how to say, like, ways to compliment him. You know, like his great magical and martial capabilities. How great he is as being a fighter,
I see.
and how he makes his he's so merciful the way he pulls out dead from the ground.
It's a nice ass.
What?
Sorry.
And then for Kira, I'm gonna teach her a little bit of like Elvish to compliment Kira, because I know that language.
Oh wow.
Up top.
Down low.
Type one says too slow.
Holy shit, she's so good.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
You yeah, Kira, what do you do in your return to camp?
If anything, I would just kind of watch this whole scenario, like, kind of happen. I don't know if Tiny Plant sees me or not, but I imagine the other two
Template
do.
definitely noticed, yeah. Definitely noticed you.
Okay.
And after some time of you watching, you guys don't know you don't know what they're talking about, but privately talking, and you understand this, Leah. Tiny Plants like notices Kira's there. I want to say what you said, but she kind of like wiggles around in her pot. I'm kind of shy. What do I? What if
What?
What if she doesn't understand?
Well, she's an elf.
What if I mess up the words?
Failure is a chance to grow. You and I must know a lot about that. Because we're plants and plants grow. Up top.
That is fucking
You-
sick. That was so cool.
You are very big and strong, like a tree. I'd like to be like a tree.
Yes.
I'm a tree.
No, you fucking aren't.
Oh, okay, I'll try. You realize she's like wants to go over there, but she has, she's in a pot. She can't really move right now.
Okay, I'll
She's,
carry
just-
her over.
Do you carry her yourself, or do you like just like kind of wave her over with some roots in the ground, or how do you move her?
Oh shit, I could do that. Oh my god. Slash me thinks of that before you tell me to.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that.
Kira, you see like the ground kind of move, and you see Tiny Plant kind of like on a little wave, like kind of moves over towards you, kind of away from that group, and comes over towards you. And give me a second. Let me get something here. I'm gonna restart Foundry very quick.
Man, this bitch be restarting about as much as he be peeing.
Yeah, because we got issues. Alright, perfect.
Keep RPing.
No, it's on me, because I'm setting up.
He's the one who's RPing.
You,
My immersion.
You guys better keep RPing, or else
Pacing of the roleplay.
you guys are making me angry.
Weston fucking jumps up.
Please, Weston, calm down. Please.
Time to retire my character, guys.
You guys didn't keep the
He's
pace
too
of
good for the
plan.
party. My bad.
I throw him like a paper airplane.
But he's like, no, he's so cool.
God, he was so cool.
Here's my next character. It's an Eric awkward gunslinger.
As time plan goes over, you kind of hear like, "What's money? Fun, what's me?" As she tries to speak up towards you, Kira. What's up? Mas no mianos. Tanya mushimia. Dos no.
Hey, yo, don't be speaking
Don't know,
Japanese like that.
As she speaks in Elvish towards you. As she gives you an interesting compliment of sorts. Though it is nice.
You are the good.
You are the cool.
You are a guy.
I do assume any of you with Elvish can read this, yes? Or no?
Yeah.
I don't see anything at the moment.
Yeah, I'm
if there's,
fine.
like any text.
Hypothetically, if you were to type something.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
see it? How do you see that?
No, I do not see anything.
Oh, we need to refresh the thing restarted. You're not actually in the Foundry on my side.
Oh.
Or maybe, maybe you are. For some reason.
Let me
I
refresh
refreshed
again.
anyways. I said fuck.
Okay, let me do this. It should be above Pubis's fuck, if not in recent.
Above people says fuck.
Fine, I'll resend.
Man, she even made a misspelling too. She said you are antlers. That's crazy.
No.
On the R.
Okay. I see it.
Perfect. That's an Kira accidentally. But Tiny Plant says that to you. And you see she's kind of whittling around. You can tell she's very obviously shy. But she squints over and says that to you.
And as soon as I say that in comment, I'll say, though you do need to work on your pronunciation a little bit more.
Don't hurt their feelings. Don't hurt their feelings.
Wait,
It was a
wrong?
good job, regardless.
Oh.
Tiny plant.
She just kind of smiles. And she looks, she tries to say something, but she smiles and looks towards the ground. And you feel in your roots, Idramore, her desperately saying, "Take me back, take me back."
I take her back.
You see she kind of floats on back.
As I resume eating the acorns I found on the floor. Munch, munch, munch.
Yeah.
Munch, munch, munch.
You fucking freak.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
She
Munch,
said,
munch, munch.
"I did it. She said
What did
thank
she
you.
say?
She said thank
You can visually hear Kira's teeth just fucking cracking.
Would you say
The
thank you
fuck
in
is that?
Elvish?
Are those gunshots?
Mo5? Did you respond in Elvish?
What was that?
You
Yeah, I
responded
responded in Elvish.
when you say that, when you said Edgemore, you heard what she said. But Tiny Plant looks up. I don't know. But she looked happy. And then she said something about me learning more.
Mm-hmm.
Is it morning now?
Yeah, as the sun's coming up, you guys kind of wake up to see this cackle of people over here surrounding Tiny Plant.
Oh shit, we haven't ground acorns?
Karen just kind of.
Yeah, you want some? I just roasted them.
Yeah. I opened my mouth.
I flick it into your mouth.
I didn't. Just straight into the hole. No chewing, swallow. Thank you.
Taste it. What the heck?
What are acorns? Like, what are they on the tree? Like, are they like a fruit? Are they like a seed?
seeds.
What are they?
Let me see.
It's like you're eating my cum. That's fucking weird.
Okay.
What?
We didn't need all that.
Okay.
That's what it said. That's
All
what
right.
No.
What are you guys doing in your morning routine? Or are you guys just patting up and leaving? What are you guys up to?
I imagine if everyone's awake, we'd start continuing traveling to.
Onward.
Also, I want Leah and Idramore to make me, both of you make me, Leah,
Oh,
make
we
me
doing
an
the D20?
intelligence. Nah, no. Leah, you make me an intelligence check, and Idramore, you make me a wisdom check.
I love to wisdom. Check. Normal. Baller.
You mean save? Because
Just check.
No.
you can't just do an intelligence check.
You
It's
can,
just
you
like
just click on it, I think.
investigation.
No, just look
No,
on the
you click
intelligence.
intelligence and then you click check. Ability check.
Perfect.
I'm so
Alright,
smart.
perfect. You can tell over the night or over your rest, Tiny Planet learns really fast. She cannot speak common really properly yet, but her pronunciation's got a lot better, having a chance to talk a lot. And you all kind of get to see her personality a little bit more, and she seems to be much more opened up to the two of you for sure compared to you've ever noticed. I mean, you've hardly known her anymore, but Leah, Tiny Plant's basically ignored you, and you've ignored her for the entire time. Actually, I don't know if she even knows that you're Domir, to be fair.
That I'm what?
They shouldn't.
No, that Tiny Plant doesn't know that you're Domir, I don't think. That Leah's Domir.
Oh.
Maybe they do, maybe they heard. Who knows? But yeah, it's morning. You guys are...
Slash me start sprouting good berries.
Oh my,
Hey,
what a
hey.
sleep.
Hey! Hey! You got cheese?
Nuh-uh.
That's not cheese. You got cheese. I'm
Give him an acorn.
starving.
Rats love acorns.
I'm starving. You got some cheese?
I don't have any cheese.
Good morning.
How's it know I have no cheese yet?
Bloody hell, my eyes are just glued. What's that yapping about cheese?
Cheese? You got some?
What is blood waffling about?
We'll get you some cheese up at Port Crevice when we get there.
Let's hurry it up. Let's hurry it up. Let's hurry.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cheese.
Quit your yapping, please. My eyes ain't even blinking yet.
If your eyes are made of cheese, I'd eat them.
Well, if you were made of tea, I'd drink you.
Listen, Rat, we're going to cheese country.
Ah! Cheese, cheese, cheese.
Name's Port Crevice.
More like Port Cheesy.
Port Cheesy, yeah.
Yeah, you will love
Yeah.
Freaking Three Stooges.
I ain't no stooge. Who said that?
Is
that you, Rat?
I'm just talking about cheese.
Cheese!
Cheese!
Oh, okay. Just cheese.
Well, let's wake up the youngins.
Dress up. Wakey, 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 wakey.
Wakey, wakey, time for school. I mean, travel.
Show.
Everybody getting up. Sivana
Nice,
gets up.
bring a little wine.
Do we have breakfast?
We got floor acorns.
How far are we from Port Crevice?
About half a day's travel.
Half a day. Yeah, I guess we better eat.
For the little ones, I did try to find like berries and stuff so they can actually like eat something.
You don't even have rations in your inventory. I'm sure some people might have a couple as well to combine that with. The fresh food
I have-
from the trees and the...
I have 9 days worth of rations.
Okay, well, I think logically that's probably remove some of those. But yeah.
Not for me. I've been here about a day.
Yeah, but how many days
I
did you
mean,
travel
like-
from Fort Grove?
About a day.
Then you've been with them for a couple days.
For about a day in total.
Hasn't been just
I
about
got-
a day.
Yeah, about a
2
day.
days. Okay.
Here you go, Vana. I'll feed you and maybe have a little bit of food for the...
I'm so hungry. I think I
Real
want all your
little one.
rations.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All your
Glad-
rations.
Glad we're on the same page. I'll give her a day's worth.
Okay.
I'll humor you, Fondy. I'll go down to 5. How about that?
Okay.
And I was about to say the rat ate all your rations. I haven't paid attention.
If the rat ate all my rations, I'd eat the rat. So
You know, worth it.
That's 5 days worth of rat.
Ratchins.
Oh my
Rat.
god.
Rat.
The badgers
Rations.
the badgers line up, and they line up ahead of you, and they all three of them salute at the same time.
Oh, perfect, perfect. You learned fast.
Ma! Oh.
Right, now
Make
give me
sure
your
you
war
all-
faces. Oh my. That's terrifying.
It's just that's the sound of their jaws opening. That's not even the sound they made. That's just their jaws opening.
Could I have spent a little bit of the night just finding some really nice sticks?
Pretty easily.
Like good sticks. Like, you look at these sticks,
Pretty,
this is a good stick.
Depending on what size you're doing. Are you doing ones for them or who are you
Like
doing sticks for?
small. Yeah, for
Oh
them,
yeah,
like,
easily. Just some like
some
pretty.
just nice small sticks,
You can
and
find
maybe
some
like
on
one
some of the
small, even
trees.
smaller stick for a tiny plant. Just
Oh
some
yeah,
really nice tiny
Perfect.
sticks.
Yeah, you can find some
Alright.
breeze, I'd say.
It's you and the sticks, though.
All right, soldiers. Here's your side ups. And I'm tossing them each stick.
The three tiny plant kind of fumbles it almost, but it kind of like sits in her vines. She catches it. And the three young badgers, they like all like almost like they're the same person, like catch it with both hands, and they do like a smaller like army march, like where they have their gun and they march and they spin it around and put it over their shoulder.
Your sidearm is your life. Keep it with you at all times. Grr.
I.
Now, brush your teeth.
You see, they grab the stick and try and brush it with the stick.
I mean, you know, with your regular fucking.
Oh, because I don't think they. I ain't think they got brushes.
You see
Oh,
Miss Mondo
no.
kind of like sighs. We really are just badgers. I'm not even sure exactly what that
Badgers.
means.
I do badgers. What kind of hygiene do badgers do?
They roll in mud. Keeps the insects away.
No, roll in mud.
I.
You see, they run off the road a little bit. They try and find mud.
We should
Yeah,
probably
keep on
start
top of the
packing up
hygiene.
after everyone's had a bite.
Yeah.
Easily enough. He doesn't pack up easy.
Can we get a little bit of a roll call?
Oh my god.
Make sure everyone's here. Hawkins.
Yeah, well, cool. Well, the badgers are there. There's Miss Badger.
Well, let's get everyone in one spot, you know, like actually get people to say they're here.
All right. I'll wait for them to let them wash up first.
Yeah, they'd all come back. A little bit. There's a little mud all over them. They're more like dust, really. Like dry dust.
All right. Baby Mundle 1. Baby Mundle A. And Baby Mundle. Miss Mundle.
Hello.
Rat.
Cheese!
Yeah. I'll take
Got
it.
cheese?
No, Valid. Sorry, Admiral Valid. There he is. The Baron.
You see, he just kind of stares at you. He doesn't do anything back.
I think that means he's here. Who's there? Who else? Who else? Wes.
Aye. I mean,
Orchids. That's me. Tiny plant.
Hello!
that's very
Iggy.
good, Tiny Plane.
Oh my god, he said hello.
Thank you. Yeah,
Very nice.
I did.
Hey. Very nice.
You're a very quick learner. Yesterday, you
Holy
couldn't say
shit.
anything.
She starts
Holy
whittling
shit.
around, and her vines start whittling around again. And she kind of like looks down a little bit. Clearly getting shy once more.
Impressive. Kira.
Mm-hmm.
Leo.
Hi.
Iggy.
Just, like, look at you.
It's him. Iggy's familiar.
Doesn't say anything. It's not alive.
Oh. And last but not least, Vada.
She like raises her hand and puts around the back of Weston.
Good morning.
I will. Hello.
Oh,
Sorry
holy-
about.
Okay. No,
Mouth.
chew before he's talking. You're gonna. That's very good.
Hamburger.
Sorry, that was
Hamburger.
very impolite of me. Hello.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. I think that's everyone, right?
I believe so.
Oh, perfect. Everyone ready?
Wait, did you do the rat? Where's the rat?
I did.
Cheese!
He said cheese.
Oh,
yeah.
yep, definitely still here.
Yeah. Oh,
Damn, you guys are ringing in my ear.
Did we? We didn't do any. We didn't kill. What's the name of the gnome?
Freeland?
Freeland.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
I checked my bag. Freeland. Oh, he's here. Get that down.
Should we wake him and see if he's hungry?
I guess. Wait. Hey, little guy. Hey, get up. Hey, come on. Come on.
Ruffle up your bag a little bit. Wake him up.
Wakey, it's morning time. Rise and shine. Rise and shine, Freeland. Rise and shine. How are
He's like,
you?
Money.
his eyes trying to open, and he like looks at
How
you.
are you, Teefy Grin? How are you?
Mommy.
Hey.
How are you?
I can just picture Hawkins going, "Not mummy."
I'm not your mummy.
He like raises the
Dude,
baby
that's so
carriage.
fucking bad.
I'm not your mummy.
Not money.
So, are you hungry, Fridgen?
He still has a thing in his mouth.
Oh, I'll take that off. Hey,
Ah,
you
My mouth
hungry?
is so dry. Water.
Okay, would you
Water,
like some
please.
water?
Please.
Okay, do you want me to feed it to you like a bird?
You have any money?
No, you stole it,
The tree guy stole
you
back.
little bastard. You first. I guess I'll give him some of my water skin. There you go. There you go. Drink up.
You didn't treat
up.
Kit like this. What the fuck?
This is so
not when he was
fucking
not when he
awful.
was awake. This is exactly how Hawkins took it when he was asleep.
Oh my god.
He drinks up.
You sure you don't got no money? I'll work for money.
No. I haven't got not enough money to give
I'll
you.
kill someone for money.
I know you would.
I'll kill you for money.
I know. Are you hungry?
Is there someone you don't like? We can turn him to money.
Yes, those jackal eyes.
Let's do it. Where is he?
He's not here right now, but we'll see him in 2 weeks.
Ah!
Yeah. I guess I'll just stuff a ration in his mouth and then put the, the mouth
No.
cloth back on.
I see.
There you go. Good boy.
Oh my god.
It's fucking atrocious.
All right.
Who wants
Well-
to take care of Freeland today?
We'll say you guys We'll say you guys won't do anything else, so we travel. Otherwise, you guys can we can just basically just jump to the outskirts of Port Crevice here.
Like for free.
No, I would anyway. I'm just making sure I don't want to step ahead if someone has something they want to do in a roleplay.
How long does this take?
Play.
I mean, this will take a while. We're still stop about 3, I'm sure. Maybe a little bit later.
I mean, like, how long
Oh,
does it
you
take
mean
to get
in
there?
the walk in there? It's about half a day. So like you guys
When's
would be getting,
3?
you guys would be getting there. Oh, 3's not 20 minutes.
Oh.
But you guys would be getting there probably somewhere a little bit before noon, maybe about 10 or so. So maybe a little bit less than half a day, somewhere around there.
When we get there, I'm gonna be teaching Tiny Plant like what the mission is.
Sure, perfect. Yeah, you guys see in the distance. You see the rising smokes, the flumes of smoke coming up from the giant industrial area you know about. Then you see, once you get closer, you see the distant giant like walls connecting to the eastern peaks. And these walls, you see these crazy carvings that are just completely useless. They're just meant for luxury and to be basically a sight for sore eyes for anyone who doesn't have enough money. And then getting a little closer, you see the long stretching fields as you exit the dancing forest on the Maple Waltz, and you kind of start to approach the outer edge of the Maple Waltz Road down here at the very south of the southern gate. Music. No, you guys are free to do what you want. I mean, you guys know the mission. Nothing I gotta do besides answer what you guys want to do.
Okay, now how the fuck do we find this place?
Good question.
I use my special ability.
Yeah.
Just
So
The
we're-
fact that I know thieves can't.
Oh, okay. So we're currently looking for the next part of the Black Steel Order mission, which was looking for a house owned by Aberdeen,
Yeah. Perfect. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick while you guys.
which is a
Yeah.
home made of stone with a roof, which is
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
it's the
the
door.
outer verbs.
Wait, I just realized my background gives me proficiency in water vehicles. That's pretty epic.
Oh shit. Wait, what? That's a thing?
Yeah. You get proficiency in land and water
That's
vehicles.
your back?
Yeah, I have water
Smuggler.
vehicle proficiency as well.
That's sick. What the fuck?
Yep,
Oh,
too
why
bad
did
I'm
I
retiring
instantly
this
think of a
character soon.
submarine instead of a ship.
I mean, a submarine is a water vehicle.
Time to retire my character.
You don't have
You
to.
mean reap?
Rudder, because it's a water vehicle.
I can't play this character with you guys. It's gonna cause so much conflict. And
Why do you
also,
keep
100%.
doing this?
Yeah,
because it's I like this character.
it is a really cool.
Now, hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
Even if I retire this character, they're not dead, right? So I can always come back as this character. The thing is, though, is right now, it's like, it really doesn't make sense for me to go with you guys whenever, like, I don't have a time limit. You guys do.
Could just
You
be
know, like,
cool
I
and
am
with
way
us.
more, I am way more, like, inclined to go take Vana back to her family than go with you guys. That's
You
just how
love
it
us
is.
so much.
I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. First things first, you wanna use Thieves' Chant.
Yeah, also my smuggler feat gives me, if you read
I
the
have to be
feature,
right back.
says I'm
Mhm.
acquainted with a network of smugglers who are willing to like help out in tight situations. So I kind of imagine, since I've been in Port Crevice before, and you know, using my thieves can't, using my connections from my like backstory and my background, would I like know of any place like this? Like, would I have
You've
heard of this
definitely,
place already?
You definitely heard of places, and you know there's several where people have like tunnels going underground. You definitely heard of it, so you figure it's probably a tunnel going under the walls. You don't know exactly where it is, but I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you know someone who doesn't really, you know someone who might have some information. You've met someone who works in the outer farms a lot, and is quite often in and out of the slums up north, in the side of the Bat Streets.
Mhm.
And the problem is
So,
you're going to have to go all the way around to the north though, because you do know a man.
Can I do like a check or something to recall what the guy said? Like whenever we were whenever he said we got done to go find
He
something.
was very vague. He didn't really say anything.
You could do a check or you could ask. So I think Hawton's my batch for taking notes.
Did someone remember what the guy said?
It was very vague. It was literally just the owner's Aberdeen, and it's a house in the outer farms.
Aberdeen Outer Farms.
Can I
Well.
do? Things I don't know if there's multiple tunnels, but I remember the Flaming Mantis went into our house when we first entered Port Crevice.
When you first entered, he went behind a house and he vanished.
Went
He didn't go in
behind
the
a house.
Yeah, so he probably went to some place similar to one you're going, maybe the same one you went to. You're going to.
I'll just walk up to some stranger that I see.
You saw my message
How
right
about-
there. Just so you're aware.
How about we just head towards the outer farms, which is on the outskirts?
Oh, you
of
guys are
what'd
like
you
in
say?
front of
Port
them,
Crevice.
more or less.
Okay, we are already there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't we just go ask someone?
You did that. Una also sent you the message so you know that's who your contact is on the northern side of the outer farms. But you would have to go all the way up to the north.
I suppose it can't hurt to
Okay.
ask people about a house owned by Aberdeen.
First thing you
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, go ahead. First thing you notice as you guys are starting to ask, and you look around, are you the only one who knows Thieves' Chant in the party, or is there someone else? Seems it might only be you. You realize there is a crazy amount of thieves' chant everywhere, but that's what the issue is. There's thieves' chants of
Yeah,
people
it's like
asking
so
for
much.
yeah, for mystery shamans, for drugs, drop-off places, hints to go to this place to find the next place. There's just so much thieves' chants and just people randomly speaking thieves' chant walking by that it's almost like it wouldn't be much different than just hoping you find the right path to take for it or run into someone.
I will probably go and find someone speaking thieves' cant or like communicate. I don't think thieves'
Is
cant
this
is like a
unspoken? I think it's only
verbal.
written.
Yeah, I think it's only written. But I imagine there are notes and stuff
Well,
about.
yeah, it's written on the walls. It's
It's like a
different
code
things.
language.
Yeah, there's different
Yeah, it's like
kinds.
Pig Latin.
So you'd see like some people like there's like some of the images you see are like a picture of a house carved into a thing, and you see it on the other side of the wall is like an arrow, which means something. People
Mhm.
Oh my
walking
gosh.
by
Sorry.
will like tie their shoes in certain ways in front of people, and they'll be like talking to people across the street, and they'll tie their shoes or they'll take a couple amount of steps, like very slight things, and normal
Yeah.
people they don't really notice it, but you notice it, and the two of you who are still from the hidden chain from way back in the day is a little bit similar to your guys' secret code, where you guys had a way to talk in between your guys' hidden chain more or less, which is very similar to
How,
Thieves' Chant.
how about we just go ask someone?
Yeah. Don't worry. I got this. I'm gonna find the
Oh no.
scrawniest looking person.
Sure, you
Like,
see
maybe like leaning on a wall.
a man walking down the street. He's not leaning on a wall. A man walking down the street. He has a hay bale. He's extremely frail. He just has a little hay bale in his hands. You see him more conveniently. He kind of goes into a bit of an alleyway.
You guys wait here. I'll follow him in the alleyway.
Okay, you follow this alleyway. You know it's not really hardly an alleyway. It's just kind of a 2 or 3 houses close together. Not like an alleyway in a city. He kind of gets
Yeah.
closer to the end of it, and he's gonna go around the house and just make a little shortcut.
Excuse me,
fine.
sir.
Oh my. Yeah, he scared the heck out of me.
Oh, I'm very sorry to bother you. But I'm looking for someone named Aberdeen. Do you know where we might be?
Aberdeen.
Yes.
Who are they? What they do?
A farm. Perhaps?
Whopper.
A landowner.
Hawkins, give me a second.
You see you walk up behind him as you feel like the little wind on your shoulder.
I'll like tap his shoulder, like,
Oh, yeah.
all right, Hawkins, give me just a second. What does this guy look like?
Rayella.
You see a man kind of he looks like a farmer. He's a little thin of hay. He's in like a peasant really. He probably has just imagine a typical peasant, basically wearing rags, extremely frail, maybe even a little bit sick, who knows.
I'll walk up to him. I'm gonna look him dead in the eye. I'm gonna like pull off my like poncho cloak thing a little bit to show like one of my guns on my hip. Cut the shit. You know it's none of your business. Where are they? I'll take a
do an
point.
intimidation.
Can I help him?
Yeah, you can help him. The two of you are probably terrifying this guy. You guys are definitely threatening him too. Yeah, perfect. Nice. You see he kind of like puts his hands up.
Okay, I don't really know much, but there's probably someone. I'm just a farmer. I'd point you in the direction of someone who might know more. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Please roll me a 1d4.
3. Dang it.
Okay, there's a man.
His name's Hargul Ruiz.
He's a stable owner here in the Outer Farms. Unfortunately, it's in the northern part, and we're in the southern part, so you'd have to travel around, but I know he has some connections to people, especially being a stable owner, and I'm sure he could help you. I'm just a farmer. He does business here. He'd know more than me, I'm sure.
I'm going to conveniently like drop a piece of Rihdarian gold on the floor and pick it up like, oh, my bad.
Do you have a Rihdarian gold?
Yeah, I have 7.
What
You
the
should
heck?
have you should have silver. That should be silver doctrines. You shouldn't have the gold part. It should be transferred to silver. That's for your background.
Oh, that's what I mean, right? It
Okay.
it looks different because of the cheat,
Oh
like the
yeah,
update.
the thing doesn't update. Yeah, that's why I understand now. He kind of looks like he kind of gulps a little bit. Um,
Do you want this? I don't. It's
no,
kind of falling out of my pocket.
it's none of my business.
Well, I'm sure it could be a business transaction if you were to give me a bit more insight on the whereabouts.
Of Hargle?
You know, maybe Hargle knows someone, and you could expedite the process.
I don't really know
And
who
it's getting
Hargle
rather
knows.
heavy in my pocket.
You see, he's starting
But
stretching.
I hope Huggle doesn't send us back down here wasting our time.
Maybe I'll just give Hargle this
If
instead.
we
He'll
walk all
tell
the
me
way
where
up there,
Alberdine
then walk all the
is.
way down here, then we see you again, and we find out
Do,
you wasted our fucking time.
Do your choice, either persuasion or an intimidation. Again.
This time I'll do more persuasion.
We will kill you if you waste our time.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Relax, Hawkins.
You'll give me that silver.
If you know, bit of a business here. You know, we need info, you need money. I don't suppose I couldn't trade a bullet for a coin.
I'm being real. I don't know what you're talking about, but there's someone closer who could maybe help you, so you don't have to travel so far. And if you give me that silver.
I'm listening.
There's an inn here that's pretty close. Also does lots of business here in the Outer Farms. I'm sure they might know about other places here. But I won't tell you the name until I'm paid. Or we can go up to Hargle. I'm sure that was real. That wasn't a lie. That Hargle would probably know too.
I'm trying to
I
figure
don't
out why you
know.
didn't tell us that first.
You know, my friend here has a point why you'd send us to Hargle, and now you're making demands?
Yeah.
He starts scratching his neck a little bit. You guys are real scary. I didn't really. Farther away you are, the better.
Yeah.
Well, it don't matter how far away I am.
Really?
You see, his eyes go a little wide for a second.
You ever seen these wings fly?
No. That's a weird joke.
I ain't joking. I have the most serious face on my on my face.
With your serious face, this guy still. You saying that to him, even with the serious face, has made him. You didn't see his expression. Even though he's scared of you, that he wasn't almost laughing, but you can tell his from expression that he found that ridiculous almost.
All right. How about this? If I prove it to you, you tell us everything that you know. You want to take those? You like those odds?
Well, does your friend back there, the one standing out behind your other friend, have anything to say
No,
about
I can't
this?
fly.
Not you, the one behind you guys.
No, he can't
Ish.
fly either.
It's all me.
Who's behind us?
Now, do you let to see who's behind you?
Hey, have a look.
And do you, Weston? Or you just don't care?
I'll look behind.
You guys turn around.
He's a run.
Make a perception check. He does. He does kind of look back, and you realize it's in the far distance, your party is waiting for you guys, but they're not there. As you think, what the hell? And you think that you hear his feet in the mud steps, trying to run away.
Well, I guess I gotta prove it. I'm gonna use however many of my glowing gems that I need to catch up to him, and fly in front of him.
Sure. Yeah, you can definitely, as he runs forward, he kind of slips in mud and he kind of fly up over before you go over the buildings, not to expose yourself to everyone else. You're gonna fly down in front of him.
I imagine he can like see the shadow, like the sun get blocked out as I'm like right
Yeah.
over top of him.
Yeah,
and, like, in
Stella's
front of him.
light kind of blots out from you as he kind of slides in this mud and falls on his butt. Ah!
Well, I guess I got to prove it, and you got to slip in mud.
Ah! I didn't mean it.
Hey, now you got a story to tell, fella.
You see, he's kind of baffled actually. How's
I want to
I like
put my
you.
foot over him
but
so he
we're
stay in the mud.
Rihdar's dead?
No.
How are you?
Hawkins, give him a break. If you
Are you
if
trying
you
to make a
Ha-
fool of me.
give him a break, Hawkins, he got courage.
You?
You got stupidity, that's what you got.
How do you?
Go ahead, speak.
Is Rihdar alive?
Unfortunately, no.
How'd you fly?
Maybe we can trade info.
Another precision check with advantage.
With advantage, because I'm cool.
Mhm.
No.
He's like,
Dude,
he's
what are my
just like,
rolls?
you see, he's kind of just like, he's seriously dumbstruck. His brain's like turning in circles, trying to understand what just happened, but he cannot comprehend. You and Hawkins kind of are used to the street, has known each other for so long, but Raella had lost her ability to fly 30 years ago. And no one's ever.
I'm
flew
gonna
since.
look towards Hawkins and kind of wink. Well, looks like little piggy here'd rather stay in the mud. Let's get going, Hawkins. As I'm gonna like go behind him and start walking really slowly.
Later.
You see, he just kind of, when you're walking away, he just kind of falls on his back and looks up at the looks up towards Stella.
No one's gonna
You
believe
see, he
him.
starts scratching his head. I'm still high, aren't I? Oh no!
It's all
I'm
good.
still high.
He ain't good for nothing.
And he starts scratching his head, and he he seems really overwhelmed. That's about it, though.
Well, I guess we head up north. Or we could just ask someone else about this inn.
I know a guy up north. May take us a bit to get there, but I do know a guy.
It's like
Alright.
2 guys up north now.
Well,
Probably the
2
same
guys
person.
now.
Is it the same person?
No, it's not.
Oh.
But we could probably figure things out up there.
Alright.
Sure, you guys get back to your group.
Fellas,
Do it, help.
we're going up north.
Can you write out the name that guy said? The
Yeah.
the dweeb?
This is
Hawkins, you can't be hurting people all the time, by the way.
I didn't hurt him.
You can rough them up without,
I barely
pushing them in
touched him.
mud.
I didn't push him, he fell.
No, stepping on him while he's in the mud,
That was just funny.
I mean, we're pretty scary. You gotta give credit where it's due, You tried running from us.
Do a since you did that, Mofab, do me an insight check. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Okay, then go. Carry on. Are you guys doing north? Is that what you're doing now? Trying to make your way to the outer farms.
That's my idea.
Do you guys, how do you want to do it? Do you want to go close to the city walls and travel, or are you doing through just kind of the middle of the outer farms? You're on the outskirts. What's your ideal way of getting around this place? It's very dense, full of random farms and house farms and houses, and real muddy.
I don't think I'd have a preference. For me, it'd just be like the shortest route, but it's up
I'd
to
stay away
everyone
from the
else.
walls.
Alright
It's
then,
like
well,
less guard eyes, right?
yeah, we'll see you guys kind of make your way through, through kind of the thick of the city somewhat, of the outer farms, just in case you happen to catch sight of something revealing Aberdeen's farm towards you. You start making your way up through the southern section of the outer farms, and that's where we'll end our session today.
No.
Towards the
Yes.
farm.
What?
Yes.
No way!
Next week, you guys will enter the northern
Crazy cliffhanger ending.
Laughs are weird.
Are we all making fucking One Piece villain laughs for our characters?
Yeah. Is that the first
Perfect.
thing you do when you figure out a character? Is how do they laugh?
That's
Like
a
a
good
psycho.
idea.
That's actually an
I should
interesting
do
idea.
that. My character goes.
All right.
Do your
you guys very
Igdramar
much.
laugh.
It was a bit shorter, but
No, thank you, Horned.
It's nice.
I'm happy we figured out
Thank you,
how to
Fondy.
fix it. Well, you fixed it.
yeah, but it was mostly LUT still. But yeah, I'm glad it ended up fixing itself more or
Yeah,
less.
yeah. It was a fun session. I liked it.
Oh, I kind of wish
I
we were
guess we'll have to
playing
figure out
Tetris
what
this entire time. Though.
Ian's gonna do.
I'm not a freaking killing views. Yeah, lots
I
of
hope we
good.
can figure out some way of keeping Wes involved, but we'll see. 'Cause
yeah,
you know, you have a prior engagement. You can't just like leave the kid, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like there's nothing you can do about that.
Like it's kind of just one of those scenarios. Like, so I have a choice, right? I feel like I can either like split and then regroup with Wes later, but then I'd be like out of the campaign. But I think I'd rather like have a new character, and then Wes can always come back. Like I can always swap back whenever he doesn't have the obligation anymore. Like he goes and fulfills that.
I think it really depends on the time, how long it'll take you to get there, and who does his plan if you go there. Because you can always get an air ticket back. You just need to make money or something. So arguably, you guys could find a way to make money on Silverin. And just jump
I
into
don't
the airship
because
back.
I think just with the way the times have been, like, there's not really much of a. We don't really have a choice. We can't just ignore this now.
You can't ignore it, but he also has given you 2 weeks. And there's no
Yeah,
point
but
in getting there early
it took 2 weeks just to get to Port Crevice at one point. You know,
Oh, yeah, that's also
it took
because
more than 2 weeks just to get there.
you guys are also... Actually, didn't actually... It took that long to get to go through the swamps. That's the only reason it took that long.
It's okay, guys. I'll make a vampire character this time.
No, make something different, so I
Yeah.
can also do a vampire character at the same time as you.
No, you're not
So
gonna die.
if I look at Gentle
Yeah, but
Way,
I
I can
wanna
tell you
make a
exactly what it
vampire
is
character,
from
yeah.
Port Crevice. 2, 3, 4, 9. It'd take about 10 days by foot to get from Port Crevice to Jostergate. And it'd take less by horse. And if you're going from Silverfin to Josta, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Peebus, what if I take your name? This is my character, and I'm named Death Destroyer.
It's basically going to take, if you go by foot, it'll take the same amount of time to get in there from Port Crevice as it would to Silfrin. So it really depends on how long the flight might take. There's no point in there
I
early.
don't know. Because I
Well,
think
there is
if
a
we
plus
want to go to Silverin, like just out of character, it would have to be like that would have to be brought up by Wes. I think that would have to be Wes's idea.
Realistically, there's no chance that you like. It really doesn't make sense for you guys to come to Sealfriend with me. Like even if we're thinking of it out of character, like, or I like thinking of it in character. Like, what obligation do you guys have to come with me all the way to Sealfriend over dealing with this? Right? It doesn't make sense.
Well, arguably, if they go with you there, and then we have a good favor of a very prominent family, we could probably easily get them wherever the hell they want to go. And whatever the deal you might make is. Though I know Hawkins technically said that's all yours, that they don't want any part of that.
Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense though because it's like it's my job. Like, it's not like they would get the favor.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't have to
I
go,
mean,
but also wouldn't make sense to go
we
to
helped.
Jocelyn earlier. Either. Because we're going
I
to
don't
get
know,
there 10 days early and just wait in a small outpost.
Yeah. I mean, like the thing is though is there's no way they get there like with nothing happening. There's no way.
Yeah, well, as long as they don't
Like
touch
there's
a,
no
as long as they don't touch a green bird that takes them out of place for like 2 days, they're fine.
there's no way it takes them like a day to get there. There's like I just don't
Oh, it won't
believe
take a
it.
day.
Like
it'll still take several days, but it's like as
it's
long as
going
they
to
don't.
take them the entire 2 weeks, and they're gonna get there like at the fucking nick of their skin.
Depends what they do. As long as they don't get involved in a bunch of nonsense, they get there pretty quick.
Yeah, but they always get involved in nonsense. I mean, we always get involved in
You guys just
nonsense.
try to choose not to, I guess. And you hear the people screaming for help, just don't help them.
Can I get a character sheet
Technically,
just for fun?
Jackal Eyes is the nonsense.
True, but that also didn't take any time more than like 20 minutes of like in-game time. Unless you mean like he's a nonsense, he's gonna do some shit to you on the way there, which
Like, no, he's just the nonsense because we wanted to go to Silverin, but now we can't.
I don't know what you mean. Now you
So
can't.
he's
You have
he's
plenty
the
of
guy
time to go
distracting
somewhere.
us.
You could-
He's the nonsense.
With an airship, that's the whole point of the airship. You can go there super quick. If you didn't have an airship,
know.
yeah, you wouldn't want to. Oh, let me see how many does. I don't know what you guys are saying. I don't know.
I really because I
you
just
just-
I
you
don't
just
know
don't-
if like that's a risk I'd want to like.
Yeah, you just don't
any
have
other
to take the
characters
risk.
wanna take.
But as a DM, going to Silfrin on an airship, even if they give you like the slowest one, would be like a couple days maybe. And then traveling
If that's a
straight,
couple days, then that's crazy.
so from the airship, it might be a couple days, like 2 days to have to go around the mountains. So it might be 2-3 days if you're on a general one, depending on which one they give you. They might give you a quick one. But when you get there, let's say it's 3 days to get there on an airship. That's 3 days. Then by foot, it's 10 days to get to Josta. So you'd have an extra day. And assuming you make enough money or get horses or something, it'd be even less than that. So you'd have plenty of days to spare. If you got horses, you'd probably make it to Silfrin in 3 days on the airship, potentially. And then make it to Josta in 5. And you'd still have 6 days to spare.
We also have to think about the conflict between Weston and Hawkins.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That might become another problem. But I'm just saying, from a factual DM point of view, unless you guys get involved in something or get kidnapped or like something literally prevents you from not being able to progress closer to your destination, you should be able to get there just fine. Even if you had to go to Silfrin and like take a bounty hunting mission or some kind of mission to make a little bit of money to buy horses or something, you'd still probably have plenty of time. You can also rent horses.
Maybe perhaps.
And there may be like
I
a
don't know.
random encounter or so on the road, but that's like a normal thing.
Or
But yeah, you guys can freely choose as players what you want, but from a straight like factual time-based thing, you guys have plenty of time to do that if you wanted to. As long as you don't get very zealous and be like, "Oh my god,
I
we're in
think it's
Silfrin,
up to.
let's
I
do
guess
everything."
it's just like if Wes wants to be in the party or not, right?
Hmm.
I think that's like the main crux. Like if Wes wants to be in the party, then he can be in the party.
As a
we can
player-
figure it out. Or if Wes
as a
doesn't want to be in the
player-
party,
as a player, I like my character. But at the same time, I don't want to play my character in a setting that doesn't make sense, right? I want to keep like the integrity for the character. And I feel like if you're like so deranged, then it would probably come to a point where my character, like my plan is or was probably to have a conversation with Kira and try to like convince Kira to, while Weston's gone, to help convince Hawkins that he's like losing his mind and he's deranged for his actions. And see what she would say. But at that point, like, I feel like a lot of the things the party has going on right now is entirely against his morals.
Oh, for sure.
And, like he would still like the idea is he would still be there if they needed him.
I mean,
Like,
it's
if
against all
Hawkins-
of our morals.
If Hawkins sent like a distress signal, then he would be there, right? But like traveling with them, it's hard for me to like justify that as the character. I think
Balls in your court.
the conversation we had at the first what is it, watch, like solidified that because he really got to see like how far gone Hawkins was.
When you realize you're the bad guys. Oh man.
Maybe you're gonna be the catalyst that makes us all good.
Well, it's not
I-
like you guys are
Or we make you
bad
bad, even better.
entirely.
I think it just depends on
You guys
who-
could never make my character bad.
I think it really depends on whose character, who's willing to let their characters be informed by each other. Really, I think that's what it is.
I think it's
That's
hard to be the
influence.
only good character.
Yeah, well, I mean,
there-
I had a good character and I made him leave for a reason. I thought we all had like,
Crazy.
I thought we had it like under wraps that like good characters don't work in this campaign right now.
Your characters work perfectly fine. You guys are.
I don't
just-
think. I
No,
think
it was really
no, no.
actually pretty
If-
depressing
if
for a
I-
good
wouldn't-
character.
I don't think
If
we
I
would do
didn't
so.
have my obligation to go return Vana to Sealfrin, and like I like, then I would keep playing Weston, right? It's just the fact that like I'm trying to balance between obligations. Like it's like we have two different obligations that don't match, and it doesn't make sense, right? Like, okay, I need to go return Vana. I don't really care about your whole thing with Jackal Eyes. It's none of my business, right? I'm more interested in returning Vana. So that's what I want to go do. But you guys don't really care that much about returning Vana because, you know, like it's my business. You guys are more inclined to go do the Jackal Eyes thing because, you know, that's more life or death, more like critical. So like it really doesn't make sense for us to stay together currently. If we didn't have that, I would keep playing Weston. I have no problem playing the only good character. It's just our obligations are like so different.
See, this is where I see it as a DM. I made it such as I have like an oversight of it all. To me, it seems like it'd be very easy to just complete your obligation in that session, and then just be free. Because
Would we get to
I also-
Sealfrin in one session?
Well, I mean, there might be something that happens like in between, but I don't see why it would. Once you guys get on the airship and it's going, it'd just be a jump, and you guys jump to landing in Silfrin. And it'd be the same thing if the party split right now and said, "Hey, we're going to Josta," I'd be like, "Okay." Maybe a little bit happened, but for the most part, you guys would probably just time skip 2 weeks, and you'd probably have plenty of days to spare.
Interesting.
Getting to Port Crevice was hard because that was the point of it. I'm not trying to make travel
Yeah.
hard all the time. But the way I see the team is, okay, they go to Silfrin, finish the Vana thing, and the normal party, and Hawkins might be interested in doing this, because if they're there when Vana's returned in, they also get the credit with this very major important noble family in the capital. So it's like, okay, it's very easy just to fly over there and be like, oh, look at us, now we have this connection, and we can potentially use that in the future. And now we can just go
Yeah, I
over
mean,
to handle Josta. Because
It-
that's
like,
that's endlessly valuable having such a strong
Yeah.
family in your favor.
it seems like it's on me a lot, but realistically, it just depends on your guys' group. Like it, because I'm not very time sensitive right now. Like obviously I have Vana and I'm trying to get back, but like I already have a plan to get there. Like it's pretty much already in place. So it's really like because you guys are like 2 weeks or bad shit happens. So it really just depends on if you guys want to come with me or if you don't. If you guys don't want to come with me, then I have no problem making a new character, and I already have a cool like evil character in mind. But if you guys do want to come with me, then I'll.
How
keep
many
playing
times do I have to say
Weston.
this? We're not evil.
They were literally stuck in a situation.
Okay, I have a good deranged character in mind.
Currently, you guys
Okay,
aren't
that's
really
better.
stuck in an evil situation at all. Right now, you guys are free to do whatever you want. Besides Jackal Eyes, it's been a little. bit of a-
Besides, we fucking
pressuring.
die instantly.
But
I don't know, maybe we can
it's
we
just
can
up to you
find
guys.
a middle ground next session, but like I think it's mainly just can we see Wes in the party, like with the way Wes acted last session. Can
I
we
think
see
it'll be
it, like-
really hard to continue being good in a party of not good people.
Well, I think the
we're good.
inspiration. I think the inspiration would either be to, as Mofa was saying, literally be the influence that changes them back to the light side, and hope that their characters or the people playing them have interest in maybe like leaning into that a little
Well,
bit more.
last time I tried to be the good guy where I'm like, come on guys, we have to go save them. Well, one, no one listened to me until I like went off by myself, and two, it also went to shit. So
To be fair, it went to shit, but Also, to be fair, they did come after you, which was a good thing to do. They didn't just leave you out to die, even though they said they were going
Yeah.
to. So there are signs there, at the very least.
Yeah,
I
I,
mean, I-
think
what
Heroes
what
would
do
be a
you
good
guys think?
guy.
As like the current like other 4 people, right? Like, what do you guys think of having like what's your opinions on like playstyle, right? Because like
I
obviously there's gonna be a lot of points where we're not on the same page.
I
I
think
want West to stay.
the evil arc that we had, which was not really an evil arc, was just very unfortunate for the people who wanted to do good.
I think West would have made the same decisions we did. It wouldn't have been happy about them, but I think he would have done the same things.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel there literally is nothing else. I think the main thing is that we're staying with the guy right now. It doesn't make any sense because we were free to go.
I think
You
because I
know.
think even Wes would likely be like if I was able to like talk to Wes about like Kronos's ambitions. I think Wes is probably more in line with Kronos than a lot of us, just
I
because of
think-
like Wes is like an
Probably.
anti-slavery,
I
like,
think so.
equalist.
And also, you
Revolutionist
Probably, but he
kinda
doesn't
guy.
know
think-
that.
Yeah, he doesn't know
Yeah.
that. You also gotta think.
But
You would know this at the very least, Hawkins. West is very into like the freaking eternal paths, and your 2 leaders in the Twilight Redemption are Ariel and the Lizard Folk. Literally, it's like the eternal paths like revamped in leadership wise.
mm,
But no, you're not wrong in saying that he'd probably align more. And that's why I'm also trying to get you guys not to jump the gun too much.
Kronos is Rihdar.
Whoa.
Oh my
Rihdar is a
god! Oh my
place.
god! Oh my god!
Nice.
I'm actually so smart. Oh my fucking god!
No.
That's why the bird person can fly in Twilight Redemption, because Kronos is Rihdar, and that's why it's the lizard folk and the bird.
maybe,
What does that have to do with the
Dun, dun,
radar
dun.
though?
maybe, or he's Ridar's cousin.
No.
No,
Or
he's just
nephew.
Kronos he's Rihdar
I
from a
mean-
different universe.
I mean it depends, right? Like, do you guys want to go to Seal? I think it's just if you guys go to Sealfrin or if you don't go. I think that's like
I don't
literally
wanna go
it.
to Silfrin.
I want to go to Silfrin, but I think Hawkins wants to go as well.
Unless
but
you guys
he's very scared.
Unless you guys
Apparently.
intend to do something in Silfrin, by the way, the session would be like you guys go to the house to like turn in Vana. Assuming you're just trying to leave, it'd just literally be that. Then getting however way you're leaving and leaving Silfrin. I wouldn't like make a map for it. Unless you guys are intending to go there and do more, which I don't think you are. So
I mean,
session wise it'd be real quick.
That's just the like end of it, right? Like if you guys go, then I keep playing Weston. If you guys don't go, then I play cool vampire.
Yeah, but like, we just say, oh, we changed our minds.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
I
that
don't
far.
know, something like what?
I don't think it's that far fetched. I mean, I
No.
think Lily Hawkins to be thinking about it and be like, especially what Bolt said to you in the past. I think the reward for returning Vana should be enticing to anyone. Assuming that they're going to like fall through then.
I'm okay either way. I don't want the decision to entirely rely on me because like at the end of the day, it really isn't my decision.
I really could use some money. That's for sure.
Yeah, you turned Vana. What do you
Did
want?
we not steal
All your money.
I forgot. When did we did we lose at some point? I don't remember.
You guys had like
Oh, yeah,
so much.
Well, I mean, none
We
of the
lost
other,
all of our
none
money
of the other 3
at
have
one point.
given their input, right? Like in character,
No,
like
no.
they haven't said what they want to do. So who knows? Maybe they can say whatever they want next session, just change any like minor.
Andrew Morris would be like, I don't care. Literally.
I don't want to.
Well,
What?
well,
Oh, okay.
I agree. I agree, Swells, but there are some things that like I'd like to plan. If you guys don't go, because next session it's like already gonna go, and if I know, then I can plan cool stuff.
That's something you guys can think about later. But next
I
session,
mean, it's still RP, so it's not like we can't just write it.
yeah. No, you
Yeah,
kinda
yeah, I
can.
know, but
I
if I
mean,
know you guys are going, then there are some things that I'd like hold or that I'd like come forward about. It's like things that I would still improv, but it's like planning, like things I'd plan to tell you versus things I wouldn't, or like things I would want to say.
well, maybe that's something you should think about for whatever situation, so you don't have to force our hands in deciding.
Yeah.
So I think some of the events next week will be like, oh, well, this is a lot worse than I thought, or this is a lot easier based on the
Yeah.
situation of traveling time and how you guys are traveling and all kinds of stuff.
True.
Yeah. So yeah, next session, please everyone put some input in and say, I want to go.
Kira's not interested in going.
Everyone
that's
just
for
say they
sure.
want to go.
I wasn't gonna say that, but
I guess the question is,
know.
if you guys don't go, what are you going to do for the next 2 weeks? That's something to
We
think
might
about.
just go to Mount Matrad and say, so this is what we're doing. Help.
Well, you have to.
I think it's about time we go to the Elemental
guys-
Isles,
You,
baby.
you guys also didn't call them, so maybe next session that's something you guys should do. Call and get input, maybe, or just
Yeah.
see what's going on.
I mean, yeah, I guess now it's the day that we're supposed to contact them.
Yeah.
Call them up, see what's up.
Yeah.
For one.
I guess I could also ask them for their input.
I'm gonna still make a character though because I wanna do that for fun.
It's probably a really good idea.
Dude, what's happening?
No.
Remember everyone MVP vote.
Yes, please. Thank you
Oh.
for the reminder. Thank you
You
guys
can't
again.
tell me what to do.
What the hell?